Good afternoon and welcome to Innsbruck for the 22nd Golden Roof Challenge.
Hello and welcome to the
Once again,
International Gold.
the city's historic centre provides a setting for one of the most distinctive meetings in the World Athletics calendar. Tonight we'll be bringing elite pole vault and long jump competitions directly into the heart of the old town. We have got some really strong international fields assembled here today.
As we all know, but
most of the European athletes competing here today will be setting their sights on that European Championships coming up in a couple of weeks' time, so watch out for those.
We kind of feared initially that it might rain, but thankfully the weather gods
decided. We can just hear the commentator in the arena saying that there was a rain forecast, but thankfully that has now passed. As we can see here, we're getting a great shot of the crowd. The really unique and interesting thing about this competition, these street meets, are the athletes and the spectators are literally a metre apart, and the spectators get such a fabulous interaction with the athletes. They can see them really up close. They can see how long, how far they're jumping, how high they're going, how fast they're sprinting down this runway. And the unique thing about this competition and the Golden Roof Series really travels around the world. They have competitions in Thailand, they have this one in Innsbruck, there's one in Geneva. They take athletics to the streets all over the globe. The unique thing about this is the pole vaulters and the long jumpers are all on this one raised runway, which means they're all competing at the same time. A long jumper goes and a pole vaulter goes and they take it in turns, and it means that the spectators can really get an idea for what the athletes are doing, and the athletes don't need to worry about a stadium, they just need to focus on that one runway.
The Golden Roof Challenge is part of the Golden Fly series, and with it we have been in city centers all around the world. It all started here in Innsbruck, but we have been quite far away from there, all the way in Bangkok, in Xiamen. We've been to Rio de Janeiro and far more, with lots of spectators who get to see this precision sport in action closer than you'll ever be elsewhere. And each and every time we obviously showcase this to you with the broadcast so that you can watch from wherever you are in the world. If you happen to not be in Phuket, Innsbruck, Liechtenstein, to see these phenomenal athletes compete in both the pole vault and the long jump. I'm going to explain a little further how exactly this competition goes down, because it is unlike many others. One of the most important parts about it is not only what you can win, but how we go about it. You might have seen little tidbits of it here in this preview, but we have a laser line which is there for mostly the spectators and also you watching here on this live stream. How far the furthest athlete has gone so far into the sand pit. So that is the perfect mark. If you can overcome that one, you will be the new leader within this competition. So that is what we are looking for. But now we're going to present the athletes to you. I'm going to say more about them later on. But here is Czechia's Apolina Svabikova, who won the U20 bronze last year at the European Championships, before Estonia's Alika Moza, who is the U18 and also under 20 national record holder, and Ukraine's Marina Kilko, who was 5th at the Olympic Games in 2020, which were then belated there for 2021, and Brazil's Juliana Campos, who was a finalist at this year's World Indoor Championships and is also the South American champion 2 times, so back-to-back. And there we're going on to the pole vault of the men's with Ivan Geronimo Šerić and also the home boy here, Ricardo Klotz, from not only Austria but specifically from Innsbruck, so he loves competing here, and he has changed up his hair. It's usually black, but this time around, obviously purple. But we have more athletes up for the flying trophy with Sanya Onofriev from Ukraine, who is a multi-national champion, as many of them are. He's actually wearing his national garb. It's not something that he would have to do, but obviously definitely can. And next up we have Carson Cody Waters from the United States.
We can see now the pole vault athletes getting introduced. We have both a male and female pole vault competition here today, alongside a male and female long jump competition. They will all be competing, they'll have all finished their warm-ups now and they're all competing at the same time. So we will see the women's pole vault competition conclude first, whilst the men and female long jumpers will take their attempts, and then once all the female pole vaulters are done with their competition, the men will start. So the tricky thing for the male pole vaulters with this kind of environment is they have done their warm-up and they might have to wait now some time before they come in. We're now being introduced to the female long jumpers. This is an Austrian home favourite. We can see there is Deborah Aklichner. She's got a personal best of 5:94. She is the national under-16 record holder, so still very young, as we see the next athlete, Namata Nikiyama, introduced with a personal best of 6:72, the African champion of 2026, just a few months ago. Next up, in the women's long jump, is Helena Burner, personal best of 6:73. We've got 3 women at the top here with very, very close personal bests, all within 20 centimetres. We see there the Paralympic record holder for T64, Fleur Young. She has jumped 6:86, multiple Paralympic champion. She loves doing these Golden Fly series. She does them all. She loves this runway. She loves the atmosphere. She has actually broken the Paralympic record at one of these competitions.
Representing Brazil.
Another Brazilian athlete here. Personal best of 6:89. Leticia Ora Bilo has the best personal best in this women's long jump. Third place at the World Championships in 2022. We see the men now up for their introductions. Now we've had quite a few people drop out of this competition with injuries and illness, unfortunately, but that is Joel de Jong, another Paralympic champion and the world record for the Paralympics in the T63. We've got 5 men making up this men's long jump. We can see there from Cuba, Molina, national champion in 2025 with a personal best of 8:13. We're very, very lucky to have all 5 of these male long jumpers all jumped over that 8-meter barrier, which is very, very impressive. That is the German athlete Luca Herden, personal best of 8:18.
Representing Namibia,
Next up from Namibia is Kutsi, a personal best of 8:27. Similar to the women, all 5 of these men have a personal best very, very similar. It's going to be a very good competition. Always makes it a great competition when everyone's personal best around the same mark. That was Shonald Lionel Kutsi of Namibia. Next up from the Czech Republic, World Championships finalist in 2023 and 2018 at the indoors, personal best of 8:31. Radek Juška of the Czech Republic, 8:31. But this next guy, the guy headlining this whole competition, the reigning European indoor champion, renowned for his backflips, personal best of 8:45. Bozidar Sarabuyakov in 2026 has got a world ranking, or did have a world ranking of number 2, so he's in great form. Third place, bronze medal at the World Indoor Championships. Great lineup there in the men and women's long jump, and sometimes it's better to have competitions where all the athletes are clustered together, as it makes for a more competitive competition. But not only are all these athletes clustered together, but their personal bests are very, very impressive, very, very much world class. Beautiful setting here. You can see the mountains in the background. This pole vault and long jump runway is very much set in the heart of Innsbruck, in amongst the shops, in amongst that town centre. Very, very popular competition. So as I mentioned, they will be all competing at the same time, so we will be seeing a pole vaulter followed by a long jumper and vice versa. The meeting record for the women's pole vault is 4:66, which was set back in 2022 by Italy's Roberta Bruni. Worth noting, there is quite a few European athletes in this women's pole vault. We've got Klipko, Moser and Svabakova. Now their qualification mark for the European Championships in Birmingham, which is coming up in a few weeks' time in the UK in Birmingham, is 4:60, so some of them will be wanting to try and get close to that. And the height progressions will be starting at 4:10. It'll then be going to 4:30, then up in 10s, so 4:40, 4:50, and then that 4:60 mark. We've got 4 women starting this competition. We've got the Brazilian Campos, who's got a personal best of 4:76, burst onto the scene over the last couple of years. Final at the World Indoor Championships. South American champion in 2025 and 2023. So what we are seeing now is the Golden Fly series. It likes to be very different. It likes to provide a new and innovative ways of showcasing athletics, and it very much has this as the focus of their Innsbruck competition. Basically is the OBI challenge. They say it's a world exclusive wall jump, so they set the bar at 5 meters and there's a material obstacle, as we just saw them lifting up there, and they'll offer athletes the opportunity to do it, and basically they'll run down, and it's kind of off-putting to know that you can't go under the bar because there's a big wall there, but if they go over and clear the bar, they'll get a €1,000 bonus. So I think we can see there Carson Waters, who is a USA pole vaulter. His personal best is 5.72, so with the bar being set at 5 meters, that shouldn't really challenge him, but it looks like he is about to take on this £1,000 Euro challenge to make it over the wall. It's a great spectacle for the crowd, gives them something different to watch. Like I say, they pride themselves on being innovative. They've created this runway which can travel the world, a raised runway that can bring to the streets. A special bonus of €1,000 for successfully mastering the challenge is what it says on their website, so let's see if Carson Waters can do it.
Du musst das Achszentrum ausschalten. Hat den Schalter umgelegt. Carson Cody Waters from the United States of America.
All of the long jumpers today will get 6 jumps, providing they get a jump in that first 3. So we'll see all the long jumpers take 6 jumps. And obviously, as we expect with the pole vault competition, until you have 3 failures, you'll keep yourself alive in the competition. Can Carson Waters clear the wall of fabric? He can indeed, securing himself €1,000. Crowd love it. I think one year they actually had the curtain, the bar on fire, so at least it's, you know, he's not having to contend with fire this year, but look at that. He knew as well within his capabilities. Like I said, his personal best is 5.72, so a bar at 5 meters shouldn't really challenge him too much. But we will be seeing the competition get underway very, very shortly. I'm just trying to have a look. In the middle of the screen there is a windsock, and the windsock is very important for the likes of pole vaulters and long jumpers. Ideally, for both long jump and pole vault, you want a tailwind, so you want the wind behind you. Ideally not a headwind, because that can be very, performance inhibiting. Luckily for pole vault, if you have a following wind, you don't get illegal winds like you do in the long jump. So the wind does play a crucial role in both events. So the athletes will be keeping an eye on that little windsock that you can see at the takeoff board, just to make sure they're choosing the best windows possible to participate in their effort. Great to see so many young faces in the crowd, hopefully getting inspired by this incredible event.
And I think he'll give you the beat.
We are about to see the long jump competition get underway. First and foremost, we will be seeing Joel de Jong on the runway, Paralympic athlete, multiple Paralympic champion, very, very impressive.
Über die Obi-Wall, 5 Meter hoch hinweg, absolut mühelos. Genial.
See him all the way down by the pole vault pit. He's utilising every single inch of that runway to build speed, which is what you need in a long jump. We see a nice little cut step there. We see a red flag go up, so it looks like he stepped on the board, but he won't be too concerned with that. It's his first attempt. Sometimes with these raised runways, you might be able to see as the athlete runs down how springy and how much spring back is given to you from this runway. So sometimes it can just take you a few kind of attempts to get into the swing of things. Like, they'll all have had multiple attempts in their warm-up, but sometimes once you know the competition's upon you and you stand on the back of the runway, you get that little bit of adrenaline from places you didn't realise existed. So that was a no jump, so that will be recorded as an X, but he will have many more attempts to get a valid attempt in as we head over to the women's pole vault with Svabikova. We don't have a live results page available to us, unfortunately, but I'll try and keep an eye out. Oh. There we go. Opening bar is 4:10 and she will come in at the opening bar. Personal best of 4 meters 36. Third place at the European Under 20 Championships, that bronze medal in 2025. What a beautiful, beautiful location to pole vault and long jump. You can see the pole vaulters do have a bit of a headwind today, unfortunately, which won't be particularly pleasant for them, but it doesn't look like it's particularly strong, which is good. Svabikova, first attempt at 4 meters 10. Can she make the bar? Not quite. Very close attempt. Not a bad attempt at all. Opening at the height of 4:10 for someone with a personal best of 4:36 isn't an easy thing to do, you know. She just hadn't turned quite early enough. She hit it off with the side of her leg. You want to be seeing the athlete turn fully before they approach the bar, so they can utilise the hips above the bar so they can get as much height as possible. Over to Molina of Cuba for his first attempt. First effort here in the men's long jump. Usually a very, very efficient run competition, which they have to be if they're trying to get this many athletes through in a couple of hour window. They usually have very efficient and well-trained officials, which is great for athletes. It's getting the crowd behind him as we see Molina of Cuba. For his first jump and another no jump. You can just see alongside the side of the long jump there's the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 metre marks. Hopefully get a gauge for how far they're going. That looked like a brilliant jump, just toe on the board. Pretty significant no jump, over by 20 centimetres, so easily changed. Up for her first attempt at 4:10 will be Moza of Estonia, personal best of 4 meters 52.
Her coach, Eric Knoll from Estonia.
Still very young. She was first place at the European Youth Olympic Festival in 2025. So that just shows how young she is. Personal best of 4:52 is very, very impressive. That's brilliant jumping for such a young athlete. Just waiting for that cone to come off the runway so she can take her attempt. She's only 18 years old. She set a world under 18 best in the pole vault in 2025. Wow, very, very good jumping. think we're all a bit confused as to what we're waiting for.
Wir warten ja immer auf die Freigabe vom Fernsehen, vom Livestream, deswegen dauert das immer so ein bisschen. Aber wenn das Hütchen dann weg ist, dann geht's voll Karacho auf die
I
Stabhochsprung.
think she's a bit confused as to what we're waiting
Dann
for.
können wir die Alika unterstützen und mitklatschen.
Representing Estonia, Moser, that personal best of 4:52. She's coached by former Olympian Erki Newell. Very impressive. Personal best for someone so young. I'm sure she's got a long and successful career ahead of her as the cone has been removed. Can she clear 4:10 at her first time of asking?
Innsbruck,
So we see the pole go up,
presented by Obi.
builds that speed on the runway, lowers the pole ready for the box. Nice clearance. A little bit scrappy. A little bit scrappy in that rock back, but early days, it's the start of the competition. Nice clearance, that will settle the nerves. Nice tall takeoff, just the invert was a little legs apart, a little scrappy as you can see there. She potentially felt like she was coming down on the bar. Kind of the jump felt like it looked like it was dying. So I wonder whether she registered that and tried to navigate her way through that jump. Back to the men's long jump with Luca Herden of Germany. How many people will we see go over that 8-metre barrier today? Let's hope it's all 6 of the men we have competing today. That would be a massive personal best for Joel de Jong, the Paralympic athlete. But here we go, Luca Herden for his first. Can we get a valid jump in first and foremost? This would be the first valid jump of the day. Yes, and we see the white flag go up there. Beautiful conditions for these athletes. Nice cut step there. We want to see both for the pole vault and the long jump very similar runways. We want to build as much speed as possible. Then we want to see a shorter penultimate step, because that's how you generate your body and your legs, get your legs in the right position to get ready for takeoff. As we see the Ukrainian Mariana Klitko, Olympic finalist back in 2021, the Tokyo Olympics, personal best of 4:70 m. She's been on the circuit for a very, very long time. Jumped 4:70 last year at the European Team Championships. She's opening up her competition here at 4:10.
Sie ist mehrfache Golden Boot Challenge Teilnehmerin und sie hat das Ding auch schon gewonnen 2018 vor.
Can she join Moser over
Große Schwester von der Apolena, die hat damals
the 4:10 bar?
Marina Kolynko hat gewonnen.
First time
Sie hat
asking.
dann noch mehr Bronze geholt 2022. Das ist jetzt mindestens
I think the wind seems to be a little swirly. Sometimes it's a headwind, sometimes it's a tailwind, and sometimes you can get that when you put competitions on in the centre of a town. When there's lots of high-rise buildings, sometimes the wind can kind of whip in and get funneled in to some of the kind of in between the high-rise buildings. So I think as long as you pick your window, they all have 60 seconds to take their attempt. So as long as they are patient and pick their window, you can just see her there waiting for the wind. Waiting for that windsock to show her the wind she wants. Can Klitko clear 4:10 at the first time of asking? Very nice takeoff, very nice jump, tidy. Lovely, lovely takeoff. If we get a replay of that, look how nice and high and tall she is at takeoff. It just makes everything so much smoother in the jump. Very nice technician is Klipko. Beautiful jump. Look how tall and high she is at takeoff, and it just makes the swing so much easier. Beautiful jump.
Der erste Sprung dann, und bei den Probesprüngen ist es ja noch alles ganz locker und da ist nur der Schnur gespannt. Jetzt liegt da die Latte oben, jetzt muss man liefern. Es geht um was, wenn man da Versuche.
Back to the men's long jump. I think we'll make our way through these men's long jump jumpers, and then we will go through the women. Kutse of Namibia.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Anlage und Sandkasten ist wieder freigegeben. Presented by Puma and representing Namibia. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Shegul Liane Kötzi!
The men will utilise most of this runway, like I said, long for long jump. Trying to build as much speed as possible before you have to take off is crucial. That looked to me like it could have been very close to a no jump. We've not had the white or red flag yet. Looks like they are measuring it though, so nice jump. Very close. 7 meters 31, I think, is what I heard. In the background, when, like I say, there's no live results card, so we are very much relying on the graphics coming up at the bottom of the screen, feeding us the information as to what the long jumpers have jumped. Hopefully, as the competition goes on, we'll be able to see when they're next taking their attempt at what they jumped. I'll be able to follow the pole vault a lot better. Another athlete taking their first bar of the competition at this opening bar of 4:10. So all 4 athletes have entered the comp at the opening bar of 4:10, and this is Juliana Campos of Brazil. 4:76 personal best. So a modest opening bar. Very easy and nice clearance. You don't really know what every single athlete is going through. They might be coming off the back of an injury or an illness. They might not have had a very good warm-up, so they want to open their competition slightly lower, but that was very, very easy. Lots and lots of clearance over that bar. No trouble there. So we've got 3 of the 4 women over this bar, first bar of 4:10. Just Svabakova now to take her second attempt. Back to the men's long jump. Juska, the Czech Republic.
Personal best, was hier in Innsbruck gesprungen ist, sind 8 Meter, und zwar war das 2017 schon. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Representing the Czech Republic, Radek Juška. Und wir klatschen ihn ein. Make some noise.
Very tall, strong, powerful athlete. As we see him cut step with that, no jump. Just looked like he really had to chop down that last stride. I don't know whether he put some extra effort into that runway, but you could just see as he was getting close to that takeoff board, which they have to hit in a specific way. They can't go over, otherwise there's no jump. You could just see him there massively have to reduce that final step. He obviously felt like he was running out of space to put his foot down, and massive no jump there. Back to the pole vault for Svabikova's second attempt, 4 meters 10. as the evening goes on. I think the wind will die, making the competition a little bit easier for some of these athletes. We're still, with the sun up, the wind can still be a little bit tricky.
Die hier Innsbruck schon gewonnen hat. Aber gemeinsam Innsbruck können wir diese Höhe schaffen. Innsbruck, clap your hands.
Can she join the other three women clear at this 4 meters 10? Wasn't a bad effort that first attempt, very close. Very capable of doing this with a PB 26 centimeters higher. That run looks a much more aggressive. Yes, so much better jump. You could just see how much more travel there was across the bar and how she did turn earlier. I think she just gave another 5% on that runway there, and if we can look here, the takeoff, and then we invert, and then she turns, and then actually she doesn't need to be as high over the bar because she's turned better. Yeah, nice clearance. The bar will now go up to 4 meters 30 with all 4 women still left in the competition. Did have another couple of women meant to be joining these 4 in this competition, but have pulled out due to injury. It's quite a jam-packed season this year. We've got the Commonwealth Games, we've got the European Championships, we've got the Ultimate Championships, plus the Diamond League. There's lots and lots of European and world events, so very hectic competition schedule for some of these athletes. So they want to be sure they're looking after their bodies. We see here the headliner of this whole competition, the reigning European indoor champion, PB of 8:45, Sarah Buyakov. Nice tidy jump, but again another no jump. Very nice. We can see that edging its way out to that 8 meter mark. That's the furthest jump we've seen all evening, but it unfortunately doesn't matter because it was a red flag. Wow, that was a brilliant jump, very plyometric, and it only looks like it was just a no jump, but as soon as that toe pokes over from that white into the blue, that is classed as a no jump. That is the rule. Used to be that you had to leave an indent in the plasticine for it to be a no jump, but now it's done on lasers, and if your foot creeps over the white mark, that is classed as a no jump. So that is another no jump. As we now move on to the women, and this is Fleur Young, incredible athlete, multiple Paralympic champion and world record holder. Personal best is 6 meters 86. Asking for the crowd to get behind her. She loves doing these Golden Fly Series competitions. She pretty much does most of them. What can she do in this first round attempt? Can she get a clean white flag? No, the red flag is shown. The red flag is shown.
Rote Fahne, ordentlich übertreten, ganzer Schritt vorne. Da muss was neu eingestellt werden.
But she will have most of these athletes, as long as they get a valid attempt in their first 3, they will all have 6 attempts. If they get 3 no jumps in a row at the start of this competition, they won't take another 3. That is the rule. You have to get a valid attempt in the first 3 jumps. Bar has gone up to 4 meters 30. This would be so incredibly close to a lifetime best for Stabakova. Her personal best is 4 meters 36. So we're now getting up to a very important bar for her.
Ist jetzt wieder die erste bei 4,20 Meter. Innsbruck, give it up for Apolena.
We just saw a very nice clearance of 4:10. Can she replicate replicate that jump again and cleared this 4 meters 30 bar. This was being very impressive clearance for her. Very, very close. Much closer than I think I anticipated and possibly she did. That was a very, very nice attempt. You can see here a replay. Much tidier jump, and she actually turned so much earlier. You can see there her turning so much earlier, so her hips and her belly are actually over the bar rather than the side of her thigh. That's, you can pretty much jump half a meter higher by turning fractionally earlier, and she's really made that change from that first attempt that we saw. So that is a great attempt at a close to personal best bar for her. We're now seeing the 4 women in the main long jump competition. This is the young Austrian athlete.
Jahrgang 2009 ist die Frau erst jung und
Leitner, young Austrian athlete. So close to breaking the 6 meter mark in the long jump. Her personal best is 5 meters 94. Can she draw this Austrian home crowd and break her personal best and get over that 6 meter mark? That looked like a very, very solid jump. It looked like it was a legal jump. The white flag has been shown. Let's see if we can hear what that was. It was nice elevation off the board and nice run. You can see the final 2 steps there building up for takeoff.
5,80 Meter.
5 meters 80. Not very good at German, but I think that was something in the 580s, which within 10 centimetres of the PB there, so that is a very promising start. Moser is up next at 4 meters 30.
Alika Moser, presented by Obi. 18 Jahre jung, aber ihr Trainer bringt ganz viel Erfahrung mit. Sie wird trainiert vom 10-Kampf-Olympiasieger Erki Noll, Olympiasieger 2000.
Can she be the first woman to clear this new bar of 4:30? No. Something didn't look right on the runway then. It looked like she was kind of running out the back, is what we say. Like, in order to build speed, you need to have your knees out the front, building speed that way, whereas it kind of looked like she was tipping forward a little bit, over-rotating. And the interesting thing with the pole vault and the long jump is you're basically generating speed on the runway and preparing for a takeoff. Both the long jump and the pole vault, you jump and take off on that 1 foot. So if you're leaning forward and over-rotating, that's not optimal positions for when you want to finally take off, especially when you've got a pole in your hand. You don't want to be over-rotating. It kind of just looked like she bailed because she hadn't really prepared herself back to the women's long jump. This is Nikiyama. Personal best of 6:72. Lots of illegal jumps so far, probably just testing the water of this runway. It looks very springy. That looked like a good attempt. Very good jump. It looks potentially legal. We've not seen the red flag.
Weiße Fahne, gültig. Auch da haben wir Limit gewesen.
Let's get a replay on that. Very nice elevation, so much power. And we can see that green line was at 6 meters. So that is that's potentially the leading jump actually.
6 meters 75.
6 meters 75. So that is a personal best. A personal best by 3 centimeters in her opening jump of the competition. Wow. Wow. What a brilliant way to enter a competition. We are only the 13th of June, so we are still somewhat early in the competition season. So for some of these competitors, this might only be one of their first competitions of the season. So they might be surprising themselves. But that was a brilliant, brilliant jump. This is Marina Klipko for her first attempt at 4:30. No. Looked like she took off a little bit too far away and the pole was potentially a little bit spongy and bendy. She is typically someone who likes to take off further away. As we see here, she kind of takes off and then sags on the pole. Yeah, I think either... No. Yeah. Luckily enough, a lot of these athletes will have a coach at the side of the runway, either filming or watching and giving them immediate feedback on what they think they need to do, which is really, really helpful. Sometimes as an athlete, you feel like you've done something, but then when you watch the video back, you're like, oh, that's not what I just kind of felt. So it's really important to have that coach input in such technical events like the long jump and the pole vault. This is Germany's Helena Burner.
Erstmals bei der Golden Roof Challenge mit am Start. Und jetzt machen wir Krawall.
Obviously, the conditions are great for long jump. We've just seen Nikima got a personal best of 6:75. Can Burner get a valid attempt in and a good jump? It looks like a valid attempt. She looks happy with that. It looks very close. Looks very close to that 6:75 line of what we just saw Nikiyama jump. She looks happy with that. I think we're going to see a very good women's long jump competition here tonight. 6 meters 45. Great first jump from Burner.
Sie ist zwar zum ersten Mal in Innsbruck, aber sie sollte diese Höhe mit Sicherheit abschaffen.
Not seen anyone clear
76, also sollten 34 kein Problem sein.
this new bar of 4:30. Can Juliana Campos clear this bar and take the lead on her own? Personal best of 76. This shouldn't challenge her, but let's see. No, very scrappy jump.
Auch sie scheitert auf dieser Höhe, aber es ist erst der erste Versuch. Das heißt, wir sehen von allen Athletinnen noch zwei weitere hätten.
Nobody has really had a great attempt at this 4:30 bar. It looks like the wind, as we can see there right at the bottom of your screen, is the wind. So the wind does look like it's a bit crosswind, headwind, which will make it very tricky for these pole vaulters. There's nothing worse than running into a head crosswind. One Brazilian athlete to another is the last female long jumper to go, Melo of Brazil. She has the personal best in this competition of 6:89.
Please welcome Letizia Oromelo.
What can Leticia Oromelo do?
TV ready, Anlage ready, Innsbruck is ready. Presented by Innsbruck, Casino Innsbruck. Auf geht's. Letizia Oromelo, first try.
Can we see another valid attempt? Definitely feels like the long jumpers have got the good wind. The pole vaulters have got the headwind, the long jumpers have got the tailwind. Can they utilise that? But that was the red flag.
Erster Versuch, Letizia Oromelo, leider ungültig. 5 to go.
Only just a no jump. But it doesn't matter, as soon as that toe pops over that line, that is classed as a no jump. As we see the results here, we've got 3 of the men registering no jumps. We've got Kurtze in second with that 7:31, and we've got Herden currently leading 7:47. Can those 3 register jumps in the next round? I really hope so.
Damen werden dann auch in wenigen Momenten nochmal eingeblendet, wenn man es dann.
We will be seeing all 4 women take their second attempt at this bar of 4:30. Let's hope we can see some much better attempts in this second round. Like I say, the wind does not seem very favourable for these female pole vaulters. Can Fabakova clear this bar? Getting so close to her personal best, and actually she had the best attempt, the very best attempt of all 4 of the athletes. So if I was to put my money on anyone clearing this right now, it would be her. Can she give this attempt another good go? Looks like a very strong and powerful run, a very nice clearance. Wow, that does not look like the clearance of someone who has a PB only 6 centimetres higher. I really feel like with the next bar being 440, we could see her jumping a PB today, because that was a beautiful jump. You could just see the amount of energy and intensity she had on the run, and look how great of a clearance that was. She is very much capable of clearing the next bar. Very nice jump, beautiful. Especially in such tricky conditions, that is a beautiful jump. We can see they're much better in the women's long jump. We only had 1 athlete with a no jump, and then that beautiful 675 from Nikima. Brilliant round of attempts from these women long jumpers. Nikiyama. That great jump of 675. At Leitner, the Austrian home favourite, that 80, so close to a personal best of 94, and again so close to the 6 metre mark, which you'll want to try and creep over tonight.
So, es geht weiter mit Weitsprung, und zwar macht sich da wieder bereit ein sehr, wie ich finde, sympathischer Athlet aus den Niederlanden. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Joel de Jong.
Right, we're back round to our second attempt in this long jump competition with de Jong. He did register a no jump. Can he get a jump in this round? Just the perfect amount of male and female long jumps, I think, in this competition, because they're going at the same time. A couple more in each competition for male and female could have meant that weight was quite significant, whereas actually they've probably only waited for 20-30 minutes, and that's a good amount. Can we see a valid jump for de Jong? That looked good to me, Let's see if that white flag gets raised. Yes, it does. That is a valid attempt.
Katapultiert sich da hinaus mit seiner Spezialprothese, die
Brilliant height off the board. Brilliant height off the board. As we can see a replay here from this front. Nice and high. So much hang time and air time. 6 meters 91.
Joel de Jong.
It's a solid start for him. He'll be happy just to get one on the board. Now he can relax and have another 4 more attempts instead of having to panic and think, well, I need to get one in for this 3rd attempt or I'm out of the competition. The rest of the women in this competition will have seen that beautiful clearance from Svabakova. Hopefully it's inspired them on. Can we see anyone else join her over this 430 height? We saw a bailer on her first attempt. Something strange went on in that runway, so hopefully she can join them now. We've just... oh, there we go. No. I wasn't really sure what happened in the runway because we didn't see it, but we see there another bail. Maybe we'll be able to get a replay on that. No. Just looked like she tried to swing before she'd actually got through the jump and actually loaded the pole. You can see her then try and throw her head back and try and throw her feet up, but actually she hadn't took her hips with it. So she'll have a third attempt at that 430 bar. You see there, the no jump of the first round. What can Molina do in his second attempt?
Representing Cuba, ladies and gentlemen, this is Aniel Molina. Let's give it up for him. Clap in the beat.
Brilliant crowd watching on, getting such up close and personal entertainment. Can he get a valid jump in? No, that looked like a massive no jump again, unfortunately. That is a shame because that looked like a good attempt. It looked like a very good attempt. No, let's look. It looked like a very big no jump again. No. It actually looks like a bigger no jump. You can see in the background there that windsock that could be throwing them off a bit. It can take a bit of getting used to, but he will have one more round to try and get a valid jump in. You see here Marina Klipko of Ukraine taking her second attempt at this 430.
Sie hat 2018 Golden Hoop Challenge gewonnen. Damals war es noch direkt vom Goldenen Dachel. Jetzt mit der neuen Location der Marie-Theresen-Straße ist sie trotzdem die absolute erfahrenste Athletin hier auf der Fleißwort. Jetzt im zweiten Versuch über 4,30 Meter.
Can she join Slavakova over the 430 bar? This shouldn't really challenge her. She is a 470 jumper at her best. However, don't know the circumstance of how training's going and how the body's feeling. Can she? Just such a long and powerful runway, but no. The pole just looks really bendy and flicky outy. That first attempt, that first jump we saw at 410 was beautiful, so connected with the pole and so smooth, whereas it just looks very disconnected. If you look there, she rocks and then there's just, she's actually not getting anything out of the pole. You're meant to load the pole and it's meant to return energy to you like a coil and spring you up over the bar, and it just looks like that pole is not giving her anything back. She'll have a chat with her coach and hopefully she'll, make some adjustments, make some improvements and come back for that third attempt.
Representing Germany and presented by EKP. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Luca Herre. Bahn ist frei. Und wir klatschen hinein. Intakt. Jetzt ist flott.
He can relax because he does have a valid attempt already in the bag, and he's winning the competition, so he can relax. He potentially can take a few more risks, put a bit more energy in the runway because he knows he's got 5 more attempts. So what can he do on this one? And that was a no jump, as I expected. Potentially just put a bit more gas on the runway, try to be a bit more risky, and it did result in a foul.
Leider ungünstig übertreten. Wir sehen es dann noch einmal in der Zeitlupe. War auch voll drauf auf den blauen Balken.
That is unfortunate, but he will again have 4 more attempts. Back to the women's pole vault with Juliana Campos having her second attempt at 430.
Zweiter Versuch über 4,30 Meter von Juliana de Minis Campos from Brazil, presented by Ribest. Sie ist eine der Finalistinnen bei der Hallen-WM 2026. Sie ist die schnellste Athletin im Starterfeld.
Asking for the crowd to get behind her. What can she do on this second attempt? She's just looking at that windsock. You can tell she's just pausing to make sure she's choosing the right moment. Does look like the wind's dropping. You can see in the flags in the background. Hopefully that's a good sign. Nice jump, very, very smooth. That was much more similar to her first attempt at 410. Just in control, connected with the pole. You could just see there. She takes off, really nice and tall at takeoff swings. She's in time with the pole and is miles over. Now that was back to what we anticipate and like to see from Juliana de Campos. She is a 470 plus girl at her best. Back to the men's long jump with Kutze.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Namibia, this is Leonie Kutze. Presented by Puma. We are ready, track is ready, and it's wonderful to have you back in Innsbruck. Second try, come.
What can we see from Kutze on this attempt? Oh, that just looked like just checking a mark on the side of the runway. Maybe he potentially went from the wrong mark. Don't often see that in the long jump. Off we go again. It's got 60 seconds, so there's no rush. Nice little tailwind there, I can see from that windsock, and that looked like a valid attempt. We don't see the red flag go up, and it looks like it might be over that green line. So is that taking the lead? Is that jump taking the lead in this men's long jump competition? Nice. Lots of hanging airtime. Long jumpers can decide whether to do the kind of like hitch and kick, or they kind of like the hang technique. We see him there, hang in the air, just hang, patient and wait for that sand to come to him. It is a skill to be patient and wait. The third attempt now for Moser and Klipko. They need to clear these bars to stay in the competition. The crowd are getting behind her. They want her to clear this bar. We've not had particularly close attempts at this 430 bar, but she's a very, very talented athlete. 450 jumper. Can she clear this 430 bar? No. Better attempt, much better attempt, but not today. Just hasn't looked quite herself at this 430 bar. She thanks the crowd and says bye, but yeah, just a little bit raggedy in those last couple of steps, and just something isn't quite timing up with the top end of that jump. And I did see that on the 410 jump, but potentially trying longer poles, trying a new technique out, trying a new, you know, could be anything. She's so young, she could be trying anything out. But she is out of the competition, so that leaves us with 3 women left in this women's pole vault competition. Just a reminder, there is a men's pole vault competition coming up after the women have finished.
bei der Golden Roof Challenge. Kommt gerne nach Innsbruck.
2 more men to see in this men's long jump for their second attempt, and this is Juska.
This is Juska. Make some noise.
The Czech Republic. If memory serves correctly, I think we saw a no jump in that first round. So he will want to get a valid attempt in now. No, and he hasn't. It's over that winning line, as we can see. When that green line pops up, that is the current leading mark. So it is over that, but it is a no jump again. Didn't look like much of a no jump, but that really doesn't matter. That looked very, very smooth off the board. Some nice elevation.
Vordere Teil vom Fuß war leider am blauen Balken und damit rote Fahne.
So that's two of these male long jumpers that are now on double misses. We need them to get an attempt in this final round that we will be seeing shortly. Speaking of final attempts, Klipko's third and final attempt at 4:30. She needs to clear this to stay in the competition. That pole looks slightly different. Sometimes you can tell whether, you know, pole vaulters will have multiple poles in their bag. And sometimes you can, if you really look close, you can see that poles are different. And that pole to me looks different. It looks more black than the pole she was jumping on before. So I wonder whether she's changed up onto a stiffer pole, because that is how you jump higher. Can she clear? She's just waiting for the wind to die. Does not look good. Just judging off the way she's looking at the windsock, she doesn't want to go now. She will be waiting. She has a minute. Can she clear on her third and final attempt to stay in the competition? Come on, Klipko. No. Much better attempt, but I don't know whether the wind has really played havoc with some of her strategies, but she has ended her competition there with a clearance of 4:10. So that means 2 women have gone out, 2 women still in. You can see she's coming up real short, really clatters her way through that bar. That is unfortunate. She's a beautiful technician, a beautiful jumper. We have one more male athlete to see in this second round of the long jump. Sarah Buyakov. He has a fail from that first round. He will not want to join Muska and Melina on double fouls. Sometimes long jumpers are of the thought that, well, I'm going 100%, and if I get 3 fails, that is what it is, but I'm pushing the boundaries and I'm trying to risk it to try and get a good jump, and some people play safe, and it really just is a different strategy that looked like a massive no jump. Yeah. So it looks like these 3 athletes are deciding to go all out. You can look here how far he is over the bar. We just missed it because of the hand there, but I would really like to see him get a valid jump in, because I do love his long jumping technique. And here we go. The bar is set to 4:40. This will be a PB for Svabakova. She will get 3 attempts to clear this bar. And judging on how she attempted that 4:30 bar, I really feel like she's going to clear this bar today. Very, very beautiful jump. Because there's only 2 athletes now left in this competition, they will get more than 60 seconds each, so they'll be able to take a bit more time, wait for that wind, which does make all the difference if the conditions are a little bit unstable.
Apolena Svabikova, 19 Jahre jung, Nachwuchsathletin, die kleine Schwester von Amalie Svabikova, die hier mehrfach gewonnen hat und teilgenommen hat. Mal schauen, ob ihr die große Schwester einige Tipps mit auf den Weg gegeben hat.
Only 2 women now left in this competition. The women's long jumpers will be up for their second round attempts in a moment after we have seen Svabikova attempt this bar. Can she clear 4:40 off the first time of asking? This would be a personal best. Her personal best is currently 4:36. Can she clear it? No. That to me looks like she's changed up her pole, which, judging on how she cleared 4:30, I'm not sure she particularly needs a bigger pole. She cleared it very comfortably with height to spare. So I think if she just replicated the exact same jump again like we saw her do at 4:30, she would clear 4:40. But what are the chances of her replicating that again? So sometimes athletes opt to change up a pole to make it slightly easier. If you can go onto a bigger pole, the bandwidth and the scope to jump higher is great, but you need to make sure you've got enough energy and power to make sure that pole turns over. And it looks like she bailed on that jump because she just thought, ooh, I'm a bit scared, this doesn't feel quite right, I'm potentially not coming far enough. So that'll be what that was there. Back to the women's long jumpers now.
This is Fleur Young.
Fleur Young. Big no jump in that first round. She'll be wanting to get on that board and register a valid attempt. Nice run. That looked better. That looked so much better. Yes. And the white flag goes up. That will be good. That will be good for her. Let's have a look there. Much better on the board. Yes. Nice flight time.
6,45 sind gelaufen. 6,45 für Fleur Young.
6,45 I think is what I heard, which is very nice.
Ja, da geht noch was. Da geht noch was.
Very nice jump.
Werden wir im Abendverlauf auch noch mitkommen.
Und wo auf jeden Fall noch ganz viel geht, ist jetzt bei Juliana de Campos.
Can Juliana Campos clear 4:40? We just saw a really nice attempt at 4:30. Very, very capable of jumping 4:40.
Look at her face. She wants to feel you. Clap your hands.
Asking for the crowd to get behind her. One of the longest runways. Yes, very, very nice. Very tidy. You can tell someone's in control and they're in the zone when their jump is very tidy and it looks effortless. And the last couple of jumps we've seen her look effortless. If you look at takeoff there, she swings very, very smooth. Very nice jump. And she has just cleared 4:40. So Spavakova will have 2 more attempts. Here is the young Austrian Deborah Atleitner.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Deborah Atleitner.
We saw a brilliant first round jump of 5,80 m. Her personal best is 5,93 m. So close to that 6 meters. What can we see her do on this second round jump? That looked good again. That looked good again. We didn't see the green line. The green line popped up after. She doesn't seem overly happy with that one. Pulling a little bit of her face. Looked a little bit flat at takeoff and she was quite far behind the board. When we get to this kind of level, you want to be as close to on the limit on the board as possible. You don't want to be giving up valuable centimetres, taking off 10-20 centimetres behind the board. So if you think those 10-20 centimetres can be on the other end marked, so ideally you would be 0 centimetres on the board, but that is easier said than done. Like, what can Spavakova do here? She's clearly changed up onto a bigger pole. We saw her bail out on that first attempt. What can she do on this second attempt?
Über 4,40 Meter, wenn sie es schaffen würde, wäre das eine persönliche Bestleistung 5 Zentimeter verbessert. Innsbruck, Apolena needs you. Clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap.
The crowd just fabulous, getting behind her. crowd will really, really help the athletes, especially the music as well. Just gives them a lift, it gives them just more adrenaline. Let's see, can Svabakova clear this personal best of 4:40? She's been looking so good and so close. Yes, that looked good, and it stayed on. Wow, that was a brilliant, brilliant attempt. She did tickle it, she did touch the bar, but that is a personal best for her, 4:40 for the Czech athlete, and that was a great, great clearance. I think she could even go higher, and you can see that windsock. It's not favourable winds. I think she needs to stay on that pole, bring the stands in, and try for 450 is what I would do. Very nice jump. So 2 women over 440, and the bar will go to 450 now. You can just see Nikiyama back on the runway for her second. She is the current leader with that beautiful personal best of 6:75. What else has she got in the tank? Nikiyama. What more can she deliver today?
Und da wollen wir jetzt noch einmal drüber. Da wollen wir weiter hinaus. Ladies and gentlemen.
You can see there the wind reading of 0. It does look more windy than that, but you know, the wind reading is the wind reading. What can she do? She's asking for the crowd to get behind her. She can literally chill. She has jumped personal best. She knows she's in good form. She's so fast and powerful on the runway. Let's see where that could... No, not quite. That green line is her best marks. As we can see there, it's not anywhere near that. And it didn't look like she got as much elevation off the board. The run and the takeoff looked good, but that she just saw there, it just didn't look like she popped up off the board like she did on that first round attempt. You don't know what kind of emotional response she's had to that PB, you know, how long has she been waiting to try and break that personal best? It might be difficult for her to come back and jump further, but she is looking very, very good as we see Helena Burner on the run next. First round effort of 6:45. What can she do on this second? 6:75 to beat, which she actually has never done in her life. Her personal best is 6:73. So in order to take the lead in this competition, she will need to break her PB.
Die Stimmung, die heute wieder macht Innsbruck. Sie zeigt uns den Takt an. Das ist auch der Burner. Das freut mich. Wir tragen
She looks like she's having a great time. What can she do on this second round? Jump. High speed. No, we can see there with that green line is so useful and helpful. That does not look, potentially it could be further than her first attempt. The 6:45. So let's see if she's largely improved that. She doesn't seem overly happy with it. And again, kind of like the previous jump, it didn't look like she came off the board.
6:16 für Helena Burner, Germany.
It's a real fine balance with the long jumpers. Like, you want to try and sprint as fast as you can, but then you also have to jump at the end of that. And trying to jump and take off when you've sprinted maximally is actually really difficult. So it's a fine balance of being able to control the speed when you reach takeoff. And it's a tricky one because sometimes you just want to run as fast as you possibly can, but that might not always be the best. Svabakova has just broke her personal best and is now attempting 450.
Give it up for Svabakova.
It looks like the windsock has really calmed down and died down, which is really good to see. What can she do at this new bar? She's already broken her PB once. Can she do it again? I think she's very, very capable of breaking another personal best. She's looking in great form, really utilising the crowd. Oh, good attempt, good attempt. She's just broken a personal best. This is a significant jump up. I think she is capable, but sometimes you just need to look at it. She just needs to have a look how high this bar is. And that for me was a good first attempt. A nice just sighter. She's looked at it, and now she can come back on that second attempt and give it a better go.
Starke Sache. Wir schauen wieder zum Weitsprung.
Here we go, Oramelo of Brazil. We had a no jump in that first round. She is the longest jumper in this field.
Representing Brazil.
She has jumped 689. Can she get a valid attempt in this second round? We've seen quite a few men have triple fouls for their first and second. Don't want to see her on that. Can she get a valid attempt in? There, such a pocket rocket. No jump. So fast on the runway. You can see the leg speed, the turnover. She's very fast. You can see why she's jumped that distance of 689. But that again is a no jump. Very close to being a valid attempt. Just not quite. Long jumpers will make it their mission to not be looking at the board. You're basically just trying to sight it from 4 or 5 steps out, and then just trust that your body knows where to put your foot. And quite a few athletes today have registered no jumps, as we see Juliana Domenis Campos attempting her first attempt at 450. She is doing great things today. She looks like she's in great form.
Let's go!
Can she clear this 450 bar? "16-step runway there, and very nice attempt. Just looked like she was going right a little bit. I wondered whether she was potentially a bit passive at takeoff, but it looked like a good attempt. But you can see there she just starts to drift right, just tickles it off. I don't think there's any doubt in her mind or my mind that she will clear that this evening. She will clear 450, but both the athletes will be coming back for the second attempt at that 450. We just see the results here of the women's long jump. No change in anything from that first round. They're all the marks of the jumps in the first round. We will be going back round now to the men's long jumpers, and they will be taking their third attempts. Just a reminder, all the long jumpers today will have 6 rounds as long as they get valid jumps in. We do have 3 men who currently have double misses, as we see Joel de Jong here taking his third jump of the day.
Innsbruck, make some noise for Joel de Jong.
Got 2 Paralympic athletes in this competition today. Brilliant for any athlete to get a competition out in this environment, and I know people have spoken out about the lack of opportunity for Paralympic athletes, so to have both Joel de Jong and Fleur Jong here in this competition is brilliant to see. It gives them an opportunity to get out there and compete. And what can Joel do? That was another no jump. Another no jump for Joel. He doesn't look too unhappy about it. Nice elevation, brilliant. He's so fluid and energetic off that board. Oh, what a shame, it's only just a no jump.
Leute, die sich bewegen und Leute, die klatschen und die müssen Support zeigen. Innsbruck, jetzt mal alle Hände nach oben. Alle Hände nach oben.
back to the women's pole vault here. We've got two more athletes attempting 450 for the second time. Both have very good attempts. I think are very capable of both clearing this bar. This would be a great bar for Slabikova to clear. This would be a 40. She's already jumped a 4 centimetre PB, but can she jump a 14 centimetre PB? At this point, she's physically capable of jumping a personal best. That I know for sure, but mentally, is she capable? This is her second attempt at 4 meters 50. Can she clear this bar? That looked good. No. So brilliant attempt. She knows. She nods her head. That first attempt was a sighter. That second attempt was the real deal. You just see the energy and the oomph she gives it on the runway. Very technically tidy, and that is going to be a third attempt clearance at 450. She knows what she needs to do. She nodded to her coach. She was like, "Yeah, I've got it. I know exactly what I'm going to do." We can see the male pole vaulters warming up in the background there. They'll be getting ready. Right, we have the first of the men we have who have only registered fouls. So let's see if he can register an actual valid attempt here. We've got 2 misses.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Daniel Molina.
We need to see that white flag after his jump. Does he play it safe? Does he not? Who knows? Such a powerful and talented athlete. Personal best of 8:13. Can he get his foot on the board and register a valid attempt? Come on. That looked good. That looked like a white flag. Potentially on the safe side, potentially more on the safe side, but that's fine. He's got a valid jump in, and actually a pretty good valid jump. Still yet to see anyone go over 8 meters tonight, but he is still in the competition and surviving, which is all that matters.
7,31 Meter, 7 meters 31 für Daniel Molina, Cuba. And a couple of selfies for the fans, of course.
Can Juliana Campos clear this 450 bar? Just a reminder, the meet record for this competition is 4 meters 66. Not quite there yet, but can the Menis Campos clear this 450 bar? Very, very capable, very strong and powerful athlete. No. We just see her go right again there. Sometimes that can happen when athletes are a little bit passive at takeoff, and one of the cues that coaches give athletes is to be strong and powerful at takeoff. Sometimes we see athletes go a bit right if your hands are a bit passive at takeoff and the pole kind of gets ripped. That wasn't a particularly close attempt for Campos, but both athletes will have one final attempt at that 450 bar. Can either of them clear it?
An dieser Stelle auch einmal Props an unsere fleißigen Rechner da in der Sandkiste. Die machen das.
This is Luca Harden of Germany.
Super Job, so kann es weitergehen. Zwischenapplaus für unsere Herren da. Und wir begrüßen unseren Representing Germany, unseren deutschen Athleten hier in Innsbruck, Luca Harden.
Meeting record for the men is 8:18. Qualification for the European Championships in Birmingham is 8:05, so 3 of the men in this competition will be wanting to register a mark like that to try and get themselves on a plane to the Europeans. That was a white flag, and that looks like an improvement of his first round. Only slightly, but still an improvement. Nice, he's very dialed, very, very dialed, very nicely just executing his jumps. There we see him cut step in, nice hitch kick. 7m70.
Crazy.
Still a bit off in terms of that 8m. I'd love to see an 8m jump today. A couple of the men are capable of it, but they just need to be getting valid jumps in. Here we go. Third and final attempts at 450. Like I say, physically very, very capable. She's had 2 very close attempts, gradually getting better as the attempts have gone on. But she is having the competition of her life, literally. She has broken her PB and she is now going for another PB. A 450 bar is starting to get really up there. I think she is very capable of jumping this, and I would love to see her go over this 450 bar.
Wir konzentrieren uns gemeinsam. Wir schicken positive Energie zu Apolena.
Come on, Svabikova, can you put it all together and clear this bar? You know what to do. We've just seen a brilliant attempt. The crowd are clapping, the crowd are getting behind her.
Was vielleicht auch interessant ist, die können sich ja die Position quasi dreidimensional hier aussuchen, wie weit
she wants the crowd to get behind her. She needs that energy, she needs that extra something. Come on, Svabikova, can you clear this new personal best of 450? Come on. Really, really good attempt. Can she clear it? No. No. She comes away from the competition with a new personal best of 440 and some very, very good attempts at 50. She'll look back at those with her coach, hopefully on video, and be very, very comforted and confident that she is capable of doing that. Beautiful little jump on her. Very tidy. Nice work. So we only have 1 woman left in the competition. She will have her 3rd and final attempt at 450.
Innsbruck, wer kennt dieses Lied?
Ihr seid alle eingeladen.
Hände nach oben, zu einem V, zu einem Y.
Hard to know exactly without having the scorecard in front of me, but I think that Campos has won the competition anyway, whether she clears this bar or not. But I'm sure she will still really want to clear it. As we see Kurze for his 3rd attempt in the long jump. He's been very, very dialed, not registered a no jump as of yet in this competition. What can he do here in this 3rd round? That looked good. That looked good. That potential. I don't know, he pointed at something in the stand, but does that not look like it's... he was thinking, it looks like it's beaten the green line, but there's a sneaky little bit on the right-hand side, which is... that's frustrating. But that is still, that looks like it could be one of his best jumps of the days. Good how the athletes can see the green line as well.
Potenzielle Bestweite, da schauen wir lieber zweimal und dafür korrekt.
Stop it, let's take a picture with some young athletes, which is great to see. Can Juliana Campos clear this?
Sie tanzt mit. She leads you. She loves support from the fans.
She is first anyway, so she has won the competition, but she will want to clear this 450 height.
Let's make this jump special. Innsbruck. Together we let her fly. Juliana Jimenez Campos, presented by Rivers from Brazil. Innsbruck.
Crowd are really getting behind her. Can Juliana Campos clear this height of 450? We've seen 2 okay jumps at 450, but up until now, she has been almost flawless, clearing bars by a mile. No. She's just got righter and righter as the comp's gone on, interestingly, at this bar. She's been very smooth, very in control. But just at 450 something was going on and we could see her going right. So she is out of the competition. She has won the competition, but she is out with a winning bar of 440. We will now see the men step up.
Und seinen dritten Versuch, der Athlet aus Namibia, hat wieder gut vorgelegt, aber ist sich nicht ganz für die Bestzeite hier ausgegangen.
As we see the results there, in joint third is Klitko and Moser with a height of 410, and then Apolina Svabakova with that beautiful PB of 440, and then taking the win is Juliana Domenis-Campos with 440. We will be seeing the men pole vault next, and there are 6 men in this men's pole vault, and their opening bar will be 522. As we go back to this men's long jump, we have these next 2 men, Ruska and Saraboyakov, have both had no jumps in their first 2 rounds. Asking for a clap from the crowd, I think he needs it. Let's see a valid jump. We want to see you have some more attempts after this. Can he get on the board? No. Red flag. That is 3 fouls. So, to my knowledge, that is him out of the competition now. I'm not sure whether there is some different rule because it's, you know, a street meet, a bit of an exhibition, but in any other competition that is him out of the competition, which is such a shame. Next up is a guy in the very same situation. Saraboyakov, 2 no jumps so far to his name. He will want to register a jump.
This is Boshida Saraboyakov.
Come on. The leading man, the reigning European champion, 2nd in the world so far this year. Can he register a mark in this competition? We need to see that white flag. We've currently seen 2 red flags. We need to see a valid attempt. Here he goes. Come on. He's got so much potential to show us some magic this evening, but we need to see a valid attempt, and that is a no jump. Oh. No, 3 fouls. 3 fouls. 2 men. That's so close to being a jump, a valid jump, and that would have been close to that 8-meter mark. Oh, very, very, very close. Oh, agonizingly close. Agonisingly close as we loop it back round to the women now for the start of the 4th round. Oh no, this is the 3rd round for them. So by my account, we only have 3 men left in the main long jump because we've just lost 2 to 3 fouls, which is a shame.
Make some noise representing the Netherlands. This is Fleur Young.
De Jong for her third round jump. What can we see in this third attempt from De Jong? She gets the white flag. That looked like a nice attempt. In relation to that green line, it looks like a good attempt.
Hat's dann doch noch einmal revidiert. Das muss ich im Nanometerbereich.
Oof, very close on the board. That is pretty much the perfect jump.
Es ist schwierig zu sehen in der TV-Wiederholung, aber wie vorher gesagt habe, es gibt zwei verschiedene Kameras. Eine vom Kampfgericht, die ganz genau ausgerichtet ist und das Ganze in ein bisschen höherer Bildwiederholungsrate wiedergeben kann. Und ein TV oben, das kann manchmal täuschen. Sehr schade. Super Satz.
Next up is the Austrian youngster.
Das Prinzip vom Stabhochsprung. Bleibt die Latte oben liegen, ist alles gut.
Deborah Ackleitner. We yet to see the men's pole vault start. I think they were just getting their runs down and measuring the bar, so they will enter the mix soon with the opening bar at 5:22. 6 men.
Auf der Videowall. Jetzt noch mal runter, bis die Anlage freigegeben ist.
Here we go.
Wir machen bei dir.
Ivan Seric of Croatia, personal best of 5:62. He will enter the competition at 5:22.
Ivan Seric, presented by Nocket, kroatischer Rekordhalter, 5,62 Meter sein Rekord. Zum ersten Mal in Innsbruck.
They'll have just seen Sabakova jump a PB, so that will have given them a bit of confidence. It's clearly good conditions. Can he clear his opening bar the first time of asking? No, he can't. Looked like a good amount of height. Just came down on it, but it's worth bearing in mind that this competition now started an hour and 42 ago. So they would have finished their warm-up over 2 hours ago and they've been sat around doing nothing. So it might just take them a few jumps to get back into their groove, and that to me was a very, very lovely jump. Just came down on it, needs a little bit of tweaking. Very difficult for the men in this competition to wait all that time.
Und viel Spaß und sportliche Höchstleistung. Ladies and Gentlemen, apropos sportliche Höchstleistung, wir haben wieder unseren Star aus Innsbruck, wenn man so will, auf der Bühne.
At that night.
And make some noise. Clap.
What can she do now?
Clap for Deborah.
Knocking on the door of 6 meters in this long jump. Can we see that this evening from her? She wasn't too happy with that second attempt, but that looks no jump, but that looked slightly better. Just looked like she rushed it and shot her feet out in the sand. Needs to be as patient as we can. If you can see there, she just puts her feet down. You need to wait until as long as you can before you put your feet in the sand. But yeah, big no jump. I wonder whether she realised that and thought, well, there's no point me carrying on.
So, Innsbruck, seid ihr bereit für...
Here's Ricardo Klotz of Austria, another home athlete.
Der Lokalmatador, der Stammgast.
Personal best of 5:65.
Heute bist du unser Innsbrucker. Er lädt da später alle in die Wäscherei ein. Heute gibt es sicher noch was zu feiern. Und damit ihr nicht überseht, hat sich extra die
AUT is entering the competition of at this bar of 5:22.
Der Rückenwind, das seid ihr.
Qualification mark for the European Championships is 5:82. The bar will go through that. We do have a way to go before then, but can Klutz clear this bar of 5:22? Such a tall and strong strong athlete, easily cleared it. Wow, that was a beautiful clearance. So much height above the bar. That's the way to enter a competition. Very impressive considering he's just waited around for 2 hours. Once they're in the competition, it almost eradicates the fact they've waited for 2 hours, but that first jump, when you've waited around, it can be very, very mental. Like now he's in the competition, it doesn't matter whether that he's waited 2 hours, it could have been 5 minutes or 2 hours, but that first opening bar can be tricky for them mentally and physically, so that was very impressive.
Solche Fans brauchen wir hier. Ja, das ist das Spirit.
Also Debra und Ricky sind bestens versorgt.
Looks like Nakayama has decided to opt out of taking her third jump. We've gone straight to Helena Börner.
Geht es weiter hier mit unserer deutschen Athletin.
Long jumpers are very able to do that. If they want to skip around, they are very much okay to do that. My thought is Nakayama, she's got that jump, she's got that PB jump, she just maybe needs an extra rest. She wants to maybe not take 6 jumps, so what can Helena Börner do in her third round? That looked like a no, yes. Kind of get to know what you're looking at in the takeoff, and that to me was toe over, and you see the red flag go up there, so that is another no jump. Just one more female athlete to go to conclude the round 3, then we will be back for round 4. As we can see there, the foot comes down way over the board. Flicking now between the long jump and the men's pole vault. We had a great female pole vault competition earlier. We saw a personal best by Svabakova of 440. Another Ukrainian athlete in this field. Onufreya of Alexander Onufreyev of Ukraine, also in the competition at 5 meters 22.
U20 2021. Innsbruck, give it up for Alexander.
What can Alexander do here? Can he have a great clearance? Beautiful clearance. We are going to see some brilliant jumping tonight if these opening bars are anything to go by. And this is what we should be seeing with opening bars. Come in nice and low, get the confidence. These guys have waited for such a long time. You don't want to come in and it be a battle. So the fact that they're all coming in nice and low, doing clearances like that, so much margin for error, it just makes it easier and sets up the competition rather than coming in a bit higher, waiting for even longer and struggling. So that for me is great to see a lot of the guys opening so low and just making nice bars. We see Oramello there with 2 fouls. We do need to see her register a valid jump for her to stay in this competition. We do not want to lose anyone else from this competition.
Yes.
Can Oramello have a valid attempt? That looked good. That looked on the board. She's not happy with it clearly, but that doesn't matter. You've got the white flag. That means you've got 3 more attempts. Nice and high off the board again, but you can just see there she lands on her knees. She's not happy because she's basically knelt down in the sandpit, but all I can say is she was almost leaving the competition there, so she's got a valid jump in now and she can really focus on the next 3 attempts as we go to Carson Waters with his first attempt at the opening bar of 5:22. Personal best of 5:72.
Carson Cody Waters
All 6 men in this competition have a PB cluster of 20 centimetres, so this is going to be a very competitive competition, which is brilliant. Can Carson Waters follow in the footsteps of the 2 men before him and do a nice clearance? Yes, he can. Great clearance. We saw him clear the material wall earlier. Now he's cleared the actual bar. 5:22, very nice clearance. Something that I've noticed from the last 3 male competitors is how tidy and slick they are. They literally take off, rock upside down, really tight legs, really tight lines, and pencil up and over the bar. And you don't want to be flailing your legs and body about. You want it to be as tight as possible and contain as much energy as possible, so that you're like a pencil shooting up, so you're not wasting any. It's really nice to see that the last 3 men have done exactly that. Okay, we are in the 4th round of the men and women's long jump. First on the runway is Jeong. Nice jump. We've seen him do a foul and then a valid attempt, a foul, and then now we have another valid attempt. That looked good. That looked to be slightly further. It looked like he just had to cut step quite aggressively, which will have, you can just see there, he looked like he was rotating at takeoff. We can get another look at that. Watch this. Just a cut step and just kind of twist.
Nicht einmal 40 Zentimeter hinter seiner persönlichen Bestmarke, die gleichzeitig der Weltrekord.
He has recorded another attempt there to John, which is good.
Ersten Mal in Innsbruck bei der Golden Roof Challenge. Please give it up for Hussein Asim Al-Hissam, presented by Innsbruck.
This is Al-Hissam of Saudi Arabia. Personal best of 5:72. Opening at 5:22, so this really shouldn't bother him. And we see a 4th clearance in a row. Nice and powerful on the runway. Beautiful jump. The men are really bringing the noise in this competition.
Please give a big round of applause for Al-Hissam.
Very, very nice jumping. I think we're going to be lucky for the pole vault we're going to see this evening, because all clearances haven't just been scrapes, they've been very significant makes, as we can see. They're very, very easy. So much more wiggle room for all of those guys. We are just going to see Seric go again, as he...
Beim Ricardo-Platz habe ich gesehen, dass in der Luft noch salutiert hat, wo drüber ist.
Ja, der war vielleicht mal ein Bundesheer, keine Ahnung, Sportherr. So, wir schauen wieder zum Weitsprung, und zwar...
Just wondering why we are now seeing Juska long jumping.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Juska.
I don't know whether there was some sort of technical error with one of his other jumps. But obviously we would now normally be seeing Luca Herden, because we would be seeing Melina. But we've seen Juska, so I wonder whether there was some sort of issue. That was no jump again.
Schon wieder ungültig bei ihm. Hat so konsistente Leistung hier. Ballert weit über die Primetime-Laserlinie hinaus und könnte sich die Führung im Bewerb sichern. Aber jetzt mehrmals in Folge leider übertreten.
This is where you sometimes wish you had an earpiece in, speak to someone on the ground just to get the full information, but...
Lass es 5 sein. Sehr schade. Super Versuch wieder von Radek Juska. Kurzer Zwischenapplaus für Radek Juska. Next go, best go. You're gonna do it, man.
6th and final competitor in the men's pole vault attempting the opening bar of 5:22 is Trey Oates.
Presented by Sport Therapy Hua from the United States of America.
Can he join the other four over this opening bar? Of the 5 men we've seen already, all 4 have cleared, and Ivan Seric is the only man to have failed. Can Trey Oates join the rest of the field, apart from Seric, over this opening bar and do it in such good style? Very nice. Very, very nice jump, very easy. They're all in the competition now, which is great, it's good. They're all warmed up, they've all took a jump, they've settled the nerves. Nice takeoff, very, all 5 of the clearances, really can't fault them, beautifully jumped. Very, very nice.
Er zeigt uns das Herz, hat sich mit Angst beim Innsbrucker Publikum und wir sehen einen nächsten Versuch auf alle Fälle mit.
I think it looks like all the people that have had triple misses are still staying in the competition. So, and we've reordered everyone, so we've got a new order now. So the reason why we're seeing these first now are because they've actually not recorded anything. So they are still being in the competition, which is good. So let's see if Sarah Boyakov can register an attempt, because Juska has currently got 4 fouls. Asking for the crowd to get behind him. This needs to be a make. He's very, very close to registering the winning jump, the jump over 8 metres, but he needs to get on the board. That looked like it was very nice. The white flag goes up, which is brilliant. That's all we needed to see. And as you can see how much further it is along from that green line, that is going to take the lead. But is it going to be over 8 metres? And he was so far behind the board. He was playing it very, very safe then. Very safe. Look how far it is. He probably lost 30 centimetres on that jump. Definitely heard 8 metres. 8 metres 05, which is exactly the qualification mark for European Championships in Birmingham, but he already has that. But he is the first guy in this competition to go over 8 metres, and he has registered a jump. Of these 6 male pole vaulters, all 5 have cleared apart from Ivan Seric.
Innsbruck, Gewinner for Ivan Seric, presented by Continental.
Can he join every single member of the field or the clearance over this opening bar? 5:22. Ivan Seric cleared. This shouldn't be difficult for him. His PB is considerably higher than this, but who knows? No. He knocks the bar off on the way up. Does not look happy. See there, he just flicks the bar off on the way up. Untidy. There we go. Very completely the opposite of his first jump, in fact. It had the makers of, now I've warmed up a little bit, my pole is a bit soft, so it's a tricky one for Seric to understand what to do as we go back to this men's long jump in Molina. He'll be wanting to jump further than 7 metres 31. Personal best is 8:13. So considerably shy of that at the minute. Can he improve on that? Asking for the crowd to get behind him. He needs something. He needs a lift. 8:05 to take the lead in the competition. Justin Sarabuyakov go out to 8 metres. What can we see here, the Cuban? We see another foul. That was a good jump. If you think that green line is 8:05, very, very close, a very good jump. Let's see if we can get a look at how much. It doesn't look like much of a no jump. I think if a couple of these guys make a few tweaks, get themselves on the board, we could see a couple more go over 8 metres, because it's not a ridiculous no jump. But a no jump nonetheless, as we see Kurtzi next on the runway, currently in 3rd position.
8,27 Meter ist der Mann gesprungen, representing Namibia. Innsbruck, this is General Lionel Kurtzi! Presented by Puma, zweite Teilnahme in Innsbruck. Wie taugt sie?
Not a foul in sight for Kurtzi in this competition. Can he get closer to that 8 metre mark? And we see the same thing again. A little run down and then a stop. It's like he forgets to look at his mark. He sets off and he's back in the game. For this 4th round, what can we see from Kurtzi? No jump. That's his first of the day. He's in a very privileged position now where he can afford to take a few risks. He can push the boundaries a bit more. He's got 3 valid attempts in, solid mark. He can afford to just add a bit of intensity and see where it takes him, because all he needs to do is take off behind the board, as easy as that sounds, and fly out to 8 metres. The sun's setting now, so the lights will be going on shortly, so the athletes are able to see. The bar in the men's pole vault will be going up to 5:42 all. We're still waiting to see Ivan Seric with his 3rd and final attempt at his opening bar of 5:22. If he doesn't clear this bar, that will be him out of the competition, which we don't want to see. 5 men have cleared this bar. Can Ivan Seric join them? Come on, Ivan Seric. But he's waited very patiently for a couple of hours to take his attempts. He's got 2 failures. Can he go clear of this 5:22 bar on this 3rd and final time of asking? No, he can't. That's so unfortunate. That is his night over and his competition done. So we have 5 men left in this competition. Klotz, Onyefuru, Waters, Al-Hazim and Oates are the boys left in this competition.
Es ist wirklich krass, die Athleten sind ja 1 Meter erhöht auf der Anlage und müssen dann noch einmal 5-6 Meter nach oben mit dem Start.
As I said, the men's pole vault bar will be going up to 5:42 with those 5 guys now attempting that, as we go back to the men's long jump with Luca Herden. Currently 2nd in this competition with that 770.
Das zeigen wir jetzt wieder unseren Athleten. Innsbruck, gib it up!
Ich habe immer gedacht, Wien ist anders und Innsbruck ist besser. Aber bevor ich jetzt ein politisch inkorrekt wäre, come on, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Luca Herden, Germany!
We have seen 1 long jumper go over 8 metres tonight. Just can anyone else join them? This is Luca Herden of Germany. He is second with 770. Was it the lead until Sarabuyakov just jumped that 805? Can he get close to that now on this attempt? That looked like a no jump. Yes, and the red flag goes up. All of these men will now be trying to chase down that mark of Sarabuyakov of 805. We might see even more fouls than what we have seen already as they try to push the boundary and get close to that 8 meter mark. Such a good camera angle that we're privileged to see exactly how big of a no jump it is. We're now going to see men's pole vault interspersed with the female long jumpers in their 4th round. What can Ricardo Klotz do at this 542 bar? His opening bar was very, very special, very nice, very tidy, very easy. Now get behind him. Personal best of 565. So 542 shouldn't really trouble him. Shouldn't really trouble any of the guys in this competition now. It's more a way, you know, you can't just go straight in at a personal best. You have to warm the body up, you have to warm the mind up. So these bars are really just a means to an end to get to those bigger bars, but they're just as important. Can't take them for granted. Bale. Potentially changed up poles. Don't see why anyone would change anything from that first jump that they all did. It was all well capable of clearing the next bar. You can see there he just rocks back and you just see him think, no, something's not right, something is not good, I'm going to bail. And sometimes pole vault is a very unsafe sport if something's going wrong, so it might be that in his head something was off, and it's always better to abort a jump than try and do a jump and it be unsafe, because the consequences of course are bad.
Die nächste Chance, die haben wir jetzt sofort mit unserer nächsten Athletin auf der Anlage. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Netherlands, this is Fleur Young.
Fleur Young on the runway.
6,86 Meter, das ist das Ziel, da wollen wir hin. Die sind ihr Weltrekord, da kann sie sich nur selber schlagen. Auf geht's, Innsbruck!
Now we're going to see all the women take their 4th attempts of this long jump competition, 4 of 6. That looked like a nice jump. It looks to be over the green line. She looks happy with that. White flag, she is happy with that. Very, very happy.
So, jetzt wird's ganz spannend hier.
Beautiful cut step, beautiful flight. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can hear.
6,88, Weltrekord! Schon wieder! Macht sie hier in Innsbruck für eure Unterstützung!
Trying to hear the result in English. But she is very, very happy. What did she jump?
Und dann lauft sie zu wieder mit Feuer. All die Jahre Arbeit, all das Training, was da drin
hopefully we'll get the result of that, but obviously something special has just been jumped by Fleur Jong. Personal best is 6 meters 86. I'm wondering whether she's just broken the world record.
Fleur Jong, do you want to say anything to your parents out there?
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for being here. This is your applause. Standing ovations. Fleur Jong. Wir machen die Welle. Wir starten bei der Weitsprunganlage. Alle die Hände nach vorne, Hände nach vorne. Und wir schicken sie los. 3, 2, 1. Auf geht's. Hände nach oben. Für Fleur Jong.
Und zurück. 3, 2, 1, zurück. Oi.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Nice jump. Very, very nice and tidy. Really good to see the result pop up just so then we can know exactly what we've just witnessed, but obviously something really, really special has just happened as we flit back to the men's pole vault. Bar is at 5:42. Onufriya, Ukrainian athlete, can he be the first guy to clear the new bar of 5 meters 42? No, another bail. Another bail. We saw a cluster of beautiful clearances. Now we've seen 2 aborts of the jumps, which is disappointing.
Das ist natürlich auch schwierig, oder? Du stehst da oben, wartest so lange, die Dame vor dir springt am Weltrekord. Das ist ganz was anderes.
Ich höre schon wieder den Fanclub hinter mir und der ist für insbesondere eine Frau am heutigen Abend hier in Innsbruck. Und hat sich auf der Tribüne...
Next up on the runway is Deborah Akleitner.
Es geht wieder auf für Deborah Akleitner, Austria!
Can Deborah Akleitner do on this 4th attempt? She's currently in 4th place. That first round attempt of 5 meters 80 was so close to a personal best. She's asking for the crowd to get behind. She needs something. 2 more attempts after that first round haven't been quite as good. That looks good. That looks better. Obviously the green line is that winning mark, leading mark of 6:75, so it doesn't look too far away from the 6 meter mark. New personal best, 5 meters something. Personal best is 5 meters 94.
Und hier punkten die Erfolge und Rekorde. Los dagegen, kannst selbst kaum fassen, bedankt sich hier bei ihren Fans. Ah, wie schön.
She's so happy, she's crying. She's got happy tears, she's crying. Obviously a personal best there.
Wird er von den engsten Freunden und Freundinnen hier. Alles wird wohl der Freund sein. Sorry, guys.
In front of a home crowd, there's nothing better. It'd be great to know what she actually jumped, but her PB is 5:94, so it must have been all over that. As we see Carson Waters on the runway for his first attempt at 5:42.
Personal Best hier in Innsbruck gesprungen. Das EM-Limit geknackt. Sonderapplaus für Deborah. Sie wird bei der U18 EM mitspringen und kann es hier kaum fassen. Deswegen freut sie sich auch so, dass sie hier den Rekord eingestellt hat. 5 Meter 94 für den Nachleiter. Unfassbar.
Still yet to see a clearance at this new bar of 5:42. We've had 2 failures. We have already lost 1 man from the competition. Can Carson Waters be the first guy to clear this new bar? We're still on first round attempt here. No, everyone did so well at their opening bar and absolutely gapped it, and we've seen 3 aborts of the jump. It's very, very, very strange, unless the wind's changed or unless the conditions have changed or something. But he almost landed in the box, which is not what you want as an athlete. Letitia Oramello here, her 4th round. She managed to sneak a valid attempt in, wasn't happy with it, but did.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, representing Brazil, give it up for Letitia Oramello! Die Favoritin im Feld mit 6,82, presented by Casino Innsbruck. Und die kann hier vorlegen, die Frau kann das, sie wird von der
She has the furthest PB in the field, hasn't quite been able to show what she's capable of yet, and that won't challenge the lead, potentially will be a little bit better than her 3rd valid attempt. 3rd round valid attempt.
Versuch gibt's, aber man hat es am Gesichtsausdruck schon gesehen, ist nicht ganz zufrieden.
Es gibt so Tage, da passt alles, und es gibt Tage, da ist ein bisschen der Wurm drin. Ich hoffe, dass bei unseren Österreichern heute
very close on the board.
Jetzt der nächste wieder aus dem Kingdom Saudi Arabia, Hussein Azim Al-Hizam, presented by Innsbruck.
Next up from Saudi Arabia, Hussein Al-Hazim. Still yet to see a clearance.
Anlage frei, let's go!
All the men will get 3 attempts at every bar unless they clear it, so it's not necessarily the end of the world if you don't clear it on your first attempt, but it is a good confidence booster. But can we see Al-Hazam clear this bar? No. We had 5 clearances, first-time clearances from the 5 remaining in the competition, and we've currently had 4 failures. Very, very strange, very odd. But that looked like a better jump at least. It just looked a little bit wayward at the top, but he hit it off with his thighs. Interesting. Helena Berner next to go on the long jump runway.
Yeah.
Look at that windsong there. Centre, so much better now that the sun's gone down. Pretty much non-existent. She's going to need to get closer to 660, 670 mark if she wants to challenge for the lead of the winner, the lead at the minute. Nikiyama opted to pass her 3rd round jump. She's currently winning with 675 in her first round, which was a big PB. Can Helena Berner get close to that 675 jump of Nikiyama? Tall, rangy athlete. No. Looks like a valid jump. But if we compare it to the green line, it is quite a way off it still. She is capable of getting close to that 675 mark. Her PB is 672. But like we say, that is PB territory. Not quite as good elevation off the board. Don't think it will challenge that first round mark of 645.
6 meters 14 for Helena Berner.
6 meters 14.
Represented by Hobbs. ist das erste Mal in Innsbruck mit am Start.
Alright, can Triotes be the first man over this bar? Or are we going to see another failure? I hope not.
Und wer war schon mal da? Und jetzt alle gemeinsam. Und Trey Oates ist auch zum ersten Mal in Innsbruck und er soll am bleiben einfach mitnehmen.
First attempt at 5:42 for Triotes. He has got the highest personal best in the field of 5:82. We saw a very nice opening bar from him. Can we see a clearance? Yes, we can. Nice. Very, very solid, very, very easy. We've seen a clearance finally. Started to think there was something wrong with the bar. Very, very clinical from him. Very strong and powerful athlete. He just gets in the tube. Very easy jump. Look at the height. Nice. So easy. Okay, we have someone clear at 5:42. Brilliant. I'm interested to see whether Nikiyama is going to take her 4th round jump in the long jump. She did miss the 3rd. She's easily winning, so it's whether she thinks she wants to take another jump or she's happy to just sit and wait to take the win. And she's opted to pass. So that is 2 passes in a row for Nikiyama. We are back round to the men for the 5th round. So there's 2 more rounds to go in this long jump, and of course we have the men's pole vault. What can Joel De Jong do on his 5th round long jump attempt? So much speed and energy, you can just see how much power. I really feel like a lot of these athletes will be inspired by that attempt by Fleur Jong, although we still don't know what that distance was. Obviously, there's been a couple of PBs. Nice, so much energy and height.
7,12 sind rausgekommen. 7 meters and 12 centimeters.
7 meters and 12 centimeters, not a bad. His PB is 7:68.
Ist zurück im Wohnzimmer von Innsbruck. Ricardo Klotz. Innsbruck, seid bereit für den nächsten emotionalen Meilenstein.
Here we go for the second efforts of the 4 guys. Klotz, Onufriyu, Carson Waters and Al-Hassim all have second attempts at this 5:42. We only have Trey Oates clear. Can Klotz join Trey Oates over this bar? No. Another bail, another box landing. What is going on with some of these men? They all made absolute light work of 5:22. I really don't understand what's happened in the 20 minutes. But that was very much like his first attempt. He knew he was going to land in the box. And look, if he'd have carried on his jump, he might have absolutely landed in the box, which is very dangerous. Okay, here we go. Juska currently on 4 fouls.
Zum Weitspruch, und zwar zu unserem tschechischen Athleten. Representing the Czech Republic, this is Radek Juška. Und er hat schon mehrere Versuche hier reingesetzt. Alle davon übertreten, aber viele davon hinter der Prime-Laserlinie gelandet. Und jetzt hoffen wir an,
I think we are all in the same position, that we are just willing him on to get a valid jump. It would be such a shame for him to come all the way here and get 6 fouls. I really feel like he's so close to registering a really good attempt, but he just keeps getting so close to the board. Can he register an actual valid jump now with that? No. Oh, really, really badly stuttered in it. I think he sensed that he was getting too close to the board and was going to go over, so he really stuttered to try and make the board, and it wasn't good. He will have one more attempt to try and salvage something, but it's just one of those days. We're all human. We all have them. Can Onifriev clear this on his second time basking? Again, we saw a bail from him. It wasn't a very convincing attempt.
Wir sind zurück beim Stabhochsprung. 5,42 Meter gilt es zu meistern aus der Ukraine.
Second attempt at 5:42 for Onifriev.
Arme in die Höhe und klatschen.
Nice and fast, and there we go. That was considerably better. You could just see in the run and how much intention there was in his takeoff, how the jump was very, very different. There we go, we're back on track. 2 men clear at 5:42. 2 more to go and 1 to have their third and final attempt. Nice, very nice. That was back to what we saw earlier. Just a little blip. Here is the leader of the men's long jump. Sarabuyakov there with that 8:05.
Ladies and gentlemen, presented by Innsbruck aus Bulgarien. This is Washida Sarabuyakov.
It was a very, very safe jump we just saw on his 4th one. He was miles behind the board. You could even see he was like, no, that was safe. So what can he show us now? That looked good. That looked better on the board. It is further, not considerably further. Nice, he's got his eye in, he's got his rhythm in. What can he do now? It is better. Still a lot of room on the board. That he's obviously trying to play it safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, zeigt sich jetzt den Anlagenrekord mit. Ja, damals noch einfach vom Markus gesprungen. Aber in diesem Special mit 8,18 Meter. Also in keiner Para-Kategorie mit Prothese gesprungen, sondern in dem Sinn mit 2 gesunden Beinen 8,18 Meter. Das ist meeting records eingestellt.
It sounded like he just got a meeting record. So that sounds like it was over 8:18, which is good. Carson Waters up on the runway for his second attempt at this 5:42 bar. And he joined the 2 that are clear. No, that did not look good. It did not look convincing. He had a beautiful first attempt at 5:22. Such good time with the pole, and that just looked like he blocked. And like you can see how low his hips were, and he was nowhere near clearing the bar. He just wasn't in time with the pole. And I respect him for trying to make an effort out of trying to clear the bar, because you absolutely have to do that. But when you've not timed up with the pole like that, you make it incredibly difficult for yourself to try and clear the bar.
Wir wechseln wieder. Und zwar nach Kuba, um genau zu sein. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Onion Wodina!
So only actually registered one jump, 7:31, the rest have been fouls. Can he get another jump registered here, get himself closer to that 8-meter mark? No, way over the board. A whole shoe over the board. Get a replay on that and you'll see how his whole foot is over the board. It's a nice jump, he's a very nice technician, very powerful, but can't seem to find the board. I think a lot of people are struggling with this today. We're going to see Al Hazim now for his second attempt. 2 have cleared, 2 have failed. What will Al Hazim do? Imposing himself. Pole vault is such a mental sport. Of course it's physical, but it's very, very mental. It's very scary, very challenging, lots of variables. That nice still windsock will be making it nice for these men. One less thing to think about. Can he clear this bar? He needs to clear this. Yes, he can. Very, very easy. Very nice clearance. Order is definitely restored in this men's pole vault competition. We've had 3 very nice clearances. Can Klotz and Waters join them? They will have their 3rd and final attempts coming up. Very technically beautiful. See how nice and high he is over the bar there. Beautiful.
Wir drehen wieder die Köpfe. Presented by Puma. Kommt aus Namibia und mit 8,27 Meter. Das ist schon deutlich über diese magische Marke.
Hopefully when we get round to the women's long jump we can see what Fleur Young and Achleitner jumped. We know they both jumped something really good, PBs, potentially a Paralympic record, but it never flashed up, so it would be great to see when their scorecard comes up what they jumped. But on the runway now is Kurzi.
Das hat er drauf. Wenn wir laut sind, auf geht's.
The crowd behind him, what can Kurzi do on his 5th attempt? See the usual run back, very front side running mechanics. He's very consistent, I'll give him that. His jumps all look the same, and you can tell he's consistent because he doesn't have many fouls at all. He is one of the only guys in this whole field that has got the least fouls. He's very consistent on the run, very consistent with what he outputs, and that is, well, that stands any athlete in good stead. If you can be consistent when you go to major championships, you know, we've got the Commonwealth Games, the Europeans, the Worlds, the Ultimate Championships, that stands you in good stead if you can be consistent.
67 von vorher, weiterhin seine beste Weite.
Okay, here we go, 3rd and final attempt for the homeboy Klotz and also Carson Waters of the USA. They will need to clear this bar to stay in the competition.
Und will sich jetzt belohnen. Innsbruck. Innsbruck. Alles noch mal rausholen.
We've already lost one athlete. We don't want to see any more go this early on in the comp. Can Ricardo Klotz clear this bar? We've seen 2 very shaky attempts. We're going to need to see something a lot better. The crowd are definitely getting behind him. You can feel the energy. Come on, Ricardo. That's so much better. No. If he'd have just done that on his first attempt, I think he would have definitely cleared this bar. But he just wasted those 2 attempts. That is such a shame. We have lost 2 men from this pole vault competition. Ricardo Klotz and Ivan Seric are out of the competition. We have Carson Waters up for his 3rd attempt at this bar 2 now. Very beautiful jump, such a shame. The thing is, if he'd have done that jump on his first attempt, he'd have learned some information. He'd have potentially brought the stands in. As you can see there, he comes down on the bar. But because he wasted 2 attempts, he didn't learn the information. This is Luca Herden, currently in 2nd place. Heading up the rear of this 5th round in this men's long jump, and then we will move on to the 5th round in the women's long jump.
This is representing Germany, Luca Herren.
He has also been really, really consistent in this competition. He deliver on this 5th round. That looked like a good jump. That looked good. Bearing in mind that green line is now all the way out at what the meeting record is, which is got to be something like 8:18 plus. So that green line has creeped back. So that looks like that could be better than the 770 that he's got. Came off the ground really nicely on that attempt. Really, really nicely. You can see him as he takes off, he lifts up and he just floats. It's nice. Here we go, Carson Waters' 3rd and final attempt at 5:42.
Last try.
Can he keep himself alive in this competition? We need to see a clearance here from Carson Waters. Come on, Carson. You can do this. No. Just something about the timing that's off. That first jump he did was so silky and smooth, and you could just see he was at one with the pole. Every single attempt at 42 just felt a bit a bit disjointed. But he's had a good day. He cleared the curtain to get his €1,000, and he has now left the competition, leaving 3 men remaining. As we see the women, let's see what Fleur Young jumped in her last round. .688, wow. And that is her Paralympic record was 686, and now she jumped 688. So that is brilliant. What more has she got in the tank? She's just broke the Paralympic world record. That is unbelievable.
Und wir machen uns jetzt bereit für Ihren 5. Durchgang. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Netherlands, give it up for Fleur Young!
Has she got any more left in the tank after that brilliant personal best?
Es muss laut werden. Wir tragen Sie vielleicht noch einmal zu einem neuen Weltrekord. This is Fleur Young.
Here she goes again. Can she improve on that record of 688 that we just saw her do? That looked good. Not bad.
Knappe Kiste. Wir sehen es am Laser. Videoentscheid sagt ja, gültig. Bestätigt damit die Top-Performance, die sie heute aufs Parkett und in den Sand legt. Wir schauen auf die Weite ganz genau. Meter 76 sind's geworden.
Nice, she's happy with that.
76 für Florian.
The thing that she'll be happy about with that is she's backed it up. She's got the record and she knows, okay, well, I've jumped within 10 centimetres of it, so that's really backed it up. She's clearly in great shape, great form.
Und beim Stabhochsprung sind nur 3 Herren im Rennen.
Very, very good jumping.
Bronze, Silber und Gold. Einer davon kommt aus der Ukraine. Alexandra Onofrier. Presented by Tiroler Tageszeitung. Was würde er gern morgen wieder
The bar moves to 5:52 and we have 3 guys left in it. We have Trey Oates, Al-Hizam and Onifriev, who we have here on the screen now. His first attempt at the new bar of 52. Can he clear it? Saw a beautiful jump for 4:42. Can he replicate that? Very good attempt, very, very close. His personal best is 5:70, so getting up into that realm now, but that was a good attempt. Very solid attempt, nice and tidy. He's left himself with 2 good attempts now. 1 good attempt at the bar and then 2 more now to refine. Let's see what 594 personal best by 1 centimetre. Brilliant jumping, she's creeping closer to that 6 metre mark. Can she get it in these final 2 rounds?
Im vorherigen Sprung. Und jetzt lautet es noch einmal. Krawall und Remi Demi in der Innsbrucker Innenstadt. This is Deborah Achleitner, Austria. Clap, clap.
Crowd are really getting behind her. Really willing her on, getting her close to that 6 metre mark. That didn't look bad. Potentially just flicked her feet out a bit on the side there. You can see where the little bit extra comes out. It's so hard to go up straight after you've jumped to PB. We saw her crying. She had such an emotional release. It's really hard to back that up because you waste so much energy, you know, celebrating and being happy.
5,63 Meter sind's gewonnen und damit auch wieder eine super Leistung von der österreichischen Nachwuchsathletin. Darf doch einmal erinnern, Jahrgang 2009.
She will have 1 more attempt.
Kriegt er schon mit den ganz Großen mit. Absolut super Auftakt.
No matter what happens for the rest of the day now for her, she will be going away with a personal best and a massive smile on her face, which is
Es geht
brilliant.
wieder nach Brasilien. Wir tanzen Samba in Innsbruck. Presented by Casino Innsbruck. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Letizia Oro.
What can Letitia Oramello do now? Hasn't really got close to that personal best of hers, which is so good in the 80s.
Dann zaubert sie uns auch heuer wieder. Auf geht's!
No. Run up and the takeoff, they looked better, but she just over-rotated and you can see how she lands on her knees. She's just not, she's wasting about half a metre by not putting her feet out in front of her and over-rotating. You can see here from the side, she just drops her feet there and over-rotates onto her knees. She's wasting precious centimetres by doing that.
Auf der Weite 6 Meter soll sein für Letizia Oromelo, Brasilien.
So, und hier wird vorher angeschwibbelt. Ein Kollege aus der Ukraine, der probiert die 5,52 Meter. Die anderen 2 lassen diese Höhe aus. Deswegen ist er schon wieder am Start.
It looks like Trey Oates and Hussein Al-Hazim have passed this 52 bar and gone straight to 62, which makes sense. They've jumped for 22, they've jumped 42, both quite comfortably. Makes sense for them to then continue with the 20 centimetre jump and go to 62. But
What we are able to do.
for Onifriev, he is opting to take the 52, so it'll be him again at his second attempt. Can he clear the bar? No. Another close attempt. but not to be.
Aber einer ist noch drin. Innsbruck, schickt man dem Alexander mal einen fetten Applaus als kleine Aufmunterung. Kleine Motivationsspitze.
Just looks like he's not fully pulling all the way through the pole. You can see how he kind of is rotating a little bit over the bar. Just a few little technical tweaks in the invert would mean he'd soar over that bar.
Ist jedenfalls nicht mehr mit in Bewerb im Atelier führt, aber aktuell nach wie vor das Teilnehmerinnenfeld mit 6,75 Metern angespielt. Wir sehen sie also wahrscheinlich spätestens bei der Siegerehrung wieder.
Helena Burner here for her 5th jump.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Germany,
getting very close to the final round of this long jump competition. Potentially 1 or 2 more athletes, depending on whether the leader of this women's pole vault competition, Nakayima, jumps. She hasn't for the last 2 rounds, but this is Helena Burner. What can she jump in this 5th round?
Und könnte sich mit so einem Sprung auch die Führung verschaffen. Wir werden laut. Innsbruck, Helena Burner, Germany.
Off she goes for a 5th round jump. Oh, that is a big no jump.
Gibt es wieder Sanddusche für die erste Reihe Fußball. Leider ungültig, hat er übertreten. Wir sehen es noch einmal auf der Videowall.
So, Dominik, ich muss jetzt leider ein bisschen den Boom anspielen. An alle Raucher im VIP-Bereich, es gibt da extra Raucher.
Yeah, you can see there a big no jump for Helena. Potentially trying to press now to get close to that leading mark of 6.75. Are we going to see Nakayima take another long jump this evening, or is she done?
Applaus aus dem Publikum, es scheint auch noch andere Gäste hier zu freuen. Jedenfalls ist es alles, wir sind hier beim Sport, es geht um Respekt und Fairplay. Deswegen machen wir natürlich auch.
We are not going to see her, so we are into the 6th and last round of this long jump. So every time you see a long jumper now, this is the last time you're going to see him. So this is Joel DeLong, a Paralympic champion. What can he do in this final round of the long jump?
Und zwar für niemand geringeren als Joel de Jong, representing the Netherlands, presented by Volkswagen. Clap, clap, clap.
Can he improve on his best? No jump. Just looked a little bit scrappy then towards the end. It might be that in this 6th and final round we see a lot of these athletes going for it. You know, it's the final round, last thing, you know, we've got nothing to lose, why not absolutely go for it? So we might see a lot of no jumps in this last round. But the athletes have nothing to lose, they're going to give it their all.
Es ist ja unglaublich, für was diese Prothesen hier ausgelegt sind. Man muss sich diese Kräfte wieder wirklich mal vorstellen. Bei dem Stemmschritt, also der letzte, wo dann abgedrückt wird und die ganze Geschwindigkeit in Höhe umgelenkt wird. Unglaublich, absolutes Carbon.
We're going to see the 3rd and final attempt of the Ukrainian pole vaulter, offering AU.
Es gibt mehrere Kategorien, C61 bis C64, die für jeweils unterschiedliche Schweregrade
What can Alexander do here? He's got one more attempt to keep himself alive in that competition. Onufreyev, what can you do?
Ich habe auch ein bisschen Erklärbedarf, und zwar
Had a little blip at that 42.
Jetzt nimmt er eine neue Höhe
Looks like he's passed to 62. So the bar has gone up to 562 and he has passed. So anytime an athlete is competing, they can pass to the next bar. So he has passed to 562, but he will only get one attempt. So if he fails this attempt at 62, he's out of the competition. He doesn't now get 3 more attempts. So if he clears this, he goes into the lead. If he fails it, he is out of the competition, and we only have 2 men left in this competition. No, not to be for Alexander today. So he is the 4th athlete we say bye to in this men's pole vault competition, and we will see AUT and Hussein Al-Hazim attempting this 562 bar.
Es kommt zum Showdown zwischen Saudi-Arabien und USA.
Ich darf betonen, dass wir beim 6. und damit letzten Durchgang im Weitsprung sind.
So we are now on to the final 5 men's long jumpers, and Juska unfortunately has recorded all 5 fouls so far. Can he in this 6th round finally get on the board and put together a jump? Wouldn't it just be fabulous if he did that and went into the lead? Come on, Juska.
We believe in you, Radek. We believe in you.
We want him to get a mark on the board. We don't want anyone to travel from their own country all that way to then register no mark.
Radek, Innsbruck is with you. Last go, best go. Und wir machen Stimmung. Wir machen Stimmung. Clap, clap, clap.
What can he deliver on this 6th and final round?
Wir geben es zurück, aufwärts.
Come on, Juska. That looks good. That looks better. He's not happy with that, but at least it's a white flag. At least he's got on the board. Not the day that you would want or expect as an athlete, but sometimes we have them. We're all human, like I say. We're all human.
7,45, 7 meters 45 für Radek.
7 meters 45. So that takes him into 3rd place.
Ja, da ist nicht zufrieden. Verständlich. Ist schon 8 Meter hier in Innsbruck gesprungen. Bleibt da mehr als einen halben Meter zurück. 5. Teilnahme. Wir hoffen natürlich trotzdem, dass wir ihn in den kommenden Jahren vielleicht für eine 6. Auflage wiedersehen werden.
2 men left in this men's pole vault attempting 562. They have been out there for 3 hours, which is such a long time.
Sein persönliches Best liegt 10 cm höher. Sollte er also schaffen. Er ist zum ersten Mal in Innsbruck. Er macht einen mega sympathischen Eindruck. Und ich glaube, es folgt mir, wenn wir alle mitklatschen. Innsbruck, give it up.
Can Al-Hizam clear this bar? Starting to get to the business end of this men's pole vault competition. His PB is 10 centimetres higher than this. So we are getting up there into PB territory. We've been out there for 3 hours. He'll want a clean card. He'll want to clear things first time just to conserve as much energy as he can. No, not to be. Not a bad attempt. Just seemed to rush it at the top there. Just knocks it off with his shins going right, like we saw with one of the pole vault girls earlier. Julia Campos was going right. The most efficient way to pole vault is to go straight down the middle.
muss einfach alles passen. Und die Snowboards zeigt sich sehr, sehr, sehr gut. Du musst einfach das Timing perfekt
The leader of the men's long jump competition, we didn't manage to see what he jumped in that 5th round. Hopefully it will pop up now.
den Stab da reinschlägst und dann nicht nach oben katapultierst, über 5 Meter oder höher.
Ja, nicht umsonst gilt es als eine der schwierigsten Disziplinen, wenn nicht die schwierigste Leichtathletikdisziplin.
8:18, so he equalled the meeting record. The meeting record is 8:18, so can he actually break it with this last round? He seems to have got his eye in, he seems to have dialed himself in. We had an 8:05 and 8:18. What can he do on this one now? Not quite as far, I don't think. Looks like in the sand there with the green line, it's just poked out a little bit. Considering it started with three fouls, that's not a bad day at the office.
Schaut sich da noch einmal das Replay an und die Weite ist ganz genau 8,12 Meter.
8 meters 12. So once he'd finally got his eye in, 8:05, 8:18 and 8:12, it's really not a bad series. It's very consistent if we disregard the 3 fouls at the start of the comp. So a good day for him. Trey Oates has been squeaky clean so far, very, very disciplined, very clinical, very impressive. Can he do the same at 5:62?
Innsbruck, seid ihr bereit für den nächsten großen Auftritt von Trey Oates, presented by Sporttherapie Huber.
Trey Oates of the USA. Can he clear 5:62 to propel himself into the first position? Very nice run. No, not quite. It's a little bit scrappy, but his personal best is 5:82, so we are getting up there. Just a little pause. When he jumps really well, he's so fluid, and I saw a pause after takeoff, and you basically, as soon as you pause, the pole then gets away from you. You need to be, as soon as you hit that takeoff, swing upside down straight away, and there was just a little pause for him, and then the pole gets away from you, and that is what I saw happen.
Wir kommen zu dem Mann, der halt vielleicht mein Favorite bei der Garderobenauswahl ist. Im Bundesmantel daher mit dem neuen Puma-Outfit.
Molina now on the runway for his last attempt. Last round. Can't help but feel that he has just not quite reached what we know he's capable of in this competition. Such a strong, powerful athlete. Powers down the runway, very nice technician, leaves the ground really well at takeoff, very capable of jumping over 8 meters, just not quite put it together today, but that was very nice no jump. Unfortunately not, but that was very, very close to being 8:10 plus. But no, just another no jump, unfortunately. Been the same story all day today. We've seen a lot of fouls, but I think that is very typical of long jump. Very, very typical of long jump. People giving it their all.
Und das macht das Ganze so besonders, dass man so nah an den Fans man ist wie sonst nie.
Two men left in this men's pole vault, both attempting 5:62. Can we see either of these two men clearing this 62 bar? I would put money on both of them clearing it. They both look really, really good. They've been very, very clinical, very disciplined. Definitely have the height for it. Let's see if either of them can clear it on this second time of asking.
Hussein Azim Al-Hissam, presented by Innsbruck, Kingdom Saudi Arabia. Wir klatschen gemeinsam.
Very powerful athlete. Can Al-Hazim clear 5.62 at the second time of asking? No. That was so much better though. You see him go down the middle of the pole vault pit. All that energy is being utilised. It's a nice jump. Nice jump. He's just not quite. His high point is just not quite in the right place. If we see from the side angle, his high point is just knocking it off with his shins there, and then he's going high enough in the air. Just probably needs to take a look at the videos and do some adjustments. The tricky thing with pole vault is so many different variables. It's which variable do you change when you only have one more attempt? Let's say on the runway. Look how consistent that is. 31, 62, 67, 51. One foul. That's very, very impressive card.
Namibia. This is Cheryl Lionel Curtsey. Last try.
Have been brilliant here tonight. They've been stood there for 3 hours watching athletics and they're absolutely loving it. Look how deep it is. They're here to support those athletes, and what can Klutzy do? Another solid jump, not going to trouble the lead, but that looked like another consistent 770 jump. Lots of athletes want to jump as far as they can, but there's a lot to be said for someone who's very consistent, jumps within a bandwidth every single time, and Klutzy is definitely a very consistent, very reliable jumper. That's very impressive to see. One more men's long jump to come up, and then that concludes their competition. Trey Oates will go for his second attempt at 5.62.
Könnte heute ganz oben stehen, will ganz oben stehen. Holland Trey Oates from the United States of America. Wer glaubt hier an Holland Trey Oates?
Can he clear this bar? He has.
Wer wünscht ihm alles Gute? Wir klatschen gemeinsam.
He's very capable of jumping this bar. He's looked very, very good, very solid. Seasoned professional, understands what it takes to tour the European circuit, be an American. He's a long way from home. It can be very challenging, but he's very used to that. Can he clear this? Yes, he can. Very, very easy. Super, super easy.
This is your applause. What performance, yes.
Such a nice tidy jump we can see here. Tall at takeoff, rocks upside down. You see there was no pause that time, and that just meant that he could get on top of the pole, pops him over. Very nice. Goes into the lead with that. Al-Hazim will have one more attempt at that 62 bar, otherwise it is all Trey Oates'. Luca Herden for his final round.
Representing Germany, presented by IKB. Ladies and gentlemen, Innsbruck, let's get out for Luca Herden!
and do here on his final round. That looked good, that looked solid. Won't challenge the lead, but
zum Schluss noch in Innsbruck. Ist der Titelverteidiger vom letzten
will it beat the furthest he's been this evening?
7,64 Meter ist die Weite von Luca Herben. 7,64 Meter im letzten Goal.
7,64 for that last round attempt. Again, very, very consistent. And that is the conclusion of the men's long jump, and there we have the results. That A18 is an equal meet record for Sarah Boyakov. Then Luca Herdon, 770 for that second place, and Kutsi in third with 767.
767 und dann Radek Juschka auf Platz 4 und Aniel Molina auf Platz 5.
We are over to the final round for the 5 women we have left now. We have Fleur Young. But first we will see the last attempt of Hal Hazim at 562. He needs to clear this to stay in the competition, otherwise it is just over to Trey Oates.
Seinen letzten Versuch auf der alten Höhe aus. 5,62 Meter, sagt er, probiert er nicht mehr. Geht noch eins höher.
He's passed.
5,72.
He has passed to 572, so he will be first up to attempt 572, and if this would be an equal personal best. So if he is to clear this, he stays in the comp and clears a personal best, an equal personal best. But if not, he is out of the competition. Bar is now at 572. Can he clear an equal personal best? No, but very, very, very good attempt. So much height over it, just needed a little bit of stand adjustment. My argument is if he'd have done that at 62, he potentially would have cleared it and then given himself 3 shots at 572, but each to their own. People work in different ways. Maybe he needed that higher bar to deliver some sort of jump like that, potentially, because that was probably one of his best jumps of the entire competition. Look how high he's over it, but just stands are in the wrong place. So that means Trey Oates is the winner, and he will go on to jump at 572 alone, as we see Fleur Zhong on the runway now. We have 5 more women to see in this women's long jump. First to go is Fleur Jong. Already seen her jump a personal best. Has she got anything left to give on this final attempt?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Fleur Jong.
Clearly in incredible form. What can Fleur Young summon for this last effort? She's another very, very consistent athlete. Very, very dialed and disciplined, very experienced. That looks solid. Nowhere near the distances of her last 2, but she is happy.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure hosting you again. Your parents are waving down from the restaurant. This is fantastic.
Brilliant PB in that 4th round. 6,88 meters.
Weiß ich ganz bestimmt, und zwar, dass es jetzt gleich noch einmal so richtig.
So coming up for their 6th and final attempt is Deborah Aklitner. She also has jumped to PB. in this competition, having the competition of her life.
Ihr Trainer und Papa, Hannes Achleitner, ist auch.
Can she improve on that? She is so very close to jumping 6 meters. Can she put anything together on this final attempt? She's so young, doing so well in this environment.
Die Frau ist gerade mal 16 Jahre alt. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up für Deborah Achleitner, Austria!
This environment really has been great for her. It's made her shine and she's got a PB. Can she do anything else in this final round? That looked good.
Deborah, das ist dein Applaus! Genieß es! Die große Bühne der Leichtathletik ruft.
She took off quite a way behind the board there, so probably giving up quite a bit of centimeters. But nonetheless, she has broken her PB today. She comes away with a PB and she is 1 centimetre closer to getting that 6 metre mark, which I'm sure she will get in the next few months or year as we join the pole vault competition now. The only man left standing is Trey Oates. He has cleared 22 first time of asking, 42 first time of asking, 62 second time of asking. What will he go to now? Will he go to 72 or will he go to 82?
Wisst ihr noch, wie das mit dem Klatschen funktioniert? Jetzt mal alle die linke Hand nach oben, dann die rechte Hand nach oben, dann klatschen.
Hopefully the card will come up and 72. He's going for 72. What will we see from Trey Oates and this first attempt at 5.72? He has looked so good all day. Can we see him clear this first time of asking? Yes, we can. Beautiful, beautiful. He gave it a bash, but wow, very nice jumping. What will he go to next? His PB is 82 and the next bar is 82. He's finishing. That is a seasoned athlete, professional athlete that knows when he's done. The competition has been going for 3 hours 15. He probably warmed up almost 4 hours ago. He's been out there for a long old time and he knows when enough is enough, when your body is all, when your body's tired, and he's probably got a competition in another couple of days and needs to rest up, and he's been out there for a long time, and that is a beautiful clearance and big confidence booster for him, because with how high he was over that, although he touched it with his chest, he's got an 80 in him for sure. Brilliant. Great to see. We have 3 more female long jumpers to watch before the culmination of a brilliant night of athletics. What can Leticia Oramello jump?
Die Anlage ist bereit. Innsbruck, seid ihr bereit? Come on!
Come on, Oramello, what can she... No, you can just see her put her feet down to almost abort the jump. Something has been out of sorts with her today. There's been something amiss. And yeah. I don't think that will improve on her current best, and there we see the men's pole vault with that beautiful jump by Treot, 5.72. Then Alexander second with 5.42, equal second with Hussein Al-Hizam at 5.42. Ricardo Clot and Carson Waters joined fourth with 5.22. Unfortunately, Ivan Selic not being able to record a mark. Brilliant day of pole vault. Great win there by Treot in that mark of 72, and then great to see the personal best from Slabakova. Up next is Helena Berner of Germany. I'm not sure we're going to see the winner of the leading female long jumper at the moment. We've not seen her jump since round 3. That is Nikiyama. But we are seeing Helena Berner here with her sixth and final round attempt. What can she do on this 6th round? She's been building nicely, been very, very consistent. No jump. That's a shame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Helena Berner, das ist ein Applaus. Sehr, sehr cool, erstmalig dabei bei der Challenge und gleich ganz vorne.
Great female long jump competition happening here today. Great to see that first time effort of 6.75 to win the competition, and there is the results. Shame we didn't get to see Nikiyama jump a little bit more, but she broke her personal best in that first round and just opted to play it safe, be sensible, and not jump in rounds 4, 5 and 6. What a brilliant night of athletics we have seen. This competition, the Golden Fly, the Golden Roof in Innsbruck, it never ever fails to impress. The athletes always show up with some brilliant results. It's great. They always put on a brilliant show. Definitely one of those competitions that athletes put on their bucket lists to come and compete in. So fab. Enjoyed the European Athletics coverage of the Golden Fly series here in Innsbruck. It has been a wonderful evening. We're seeing a little recap here of some of the best bits. We have seen some brilliant results from some home crowds. Look forward to bringing you the coverage from next year's edition. Thank you so much for joining us.